Okay, we are live. We are in the game here. Thank you very much for your patience as game initially delayed and then delayed getting in. So it does happen, unfortunately, in the online realm. But we're here on Vertigo. Many questions around this map and what it is going to provide for us, right? ATOX, not one that they like to play. Lynn Vision, limited experience on it. Not that many officials. Not that many wins. Yami has opened up with a really nasty shot to kick things off. We did say it may well be a scrappy affair, and that seems to be the case.
Yeah, they are just hanging around for now. And ATOX, they've started to move some people on over. That's when Lynn Vision, they're going to switch up the pace here. Move elsewhere very quietly. And I think it's just going to be a case of head over towards B, hope that they've pulled somebody over, and they have. They need to find this first pick, however.
Yeah, something's got to happen. Nice angle from MIQ. That looked a bit rough. His reaction's slightly late, but he will still manage to get one. Buys out some information here, of course. Nice utility from Lynn Vision to ultimately get them into the site, but they're still moving a little bit too slow. 2 versus 2 it comes down to. The Glock's always deadly. Flank is here. Yami gets good timing on it as Cabal is pushing the issue here. Maybe not even going to be needed. Picks up the Julies and mows them down. ATOX will get the pistol.
Lovely done there from them as well. Lynn Vision, a little bit of roughing. It looked good for them at the start there. They were finding these trades, not quite able to keep up the momentum, however. Bomb not even going to see the sight. So first round goes to ATOX. Nice one to win on the CT pistol. Gives you a little bit of a kickstart. And of course, Lynn Vision, they're going to have nothing coming into this one. I expect to see maybe a similar start. Go A, try find a pick potentially. Rush B stairs perhaps. And hope they can find something to work with. ATOX here. Name of the game is just not to give anything away.
Not much presence as Lynn Vision are moving quite slowly. ATOX actually laying a lot of utility downrange, maybe expecting more of a force to come out from the T side. Oh, okay. MIQ gonna go down. Maybe didn't have head armor. That felt a little too easy.
Yeah.
That felt a little too easy, and yeah, with that M4, I would assume actually he's gone a bit cheeky and tried to get a rifle out early. So this could go kind of sideways. That comes so early in the round. They could definitely do something with that.
They could. I like that they're just now waiting, hoping that there's a little bit more presence coming out, because they've only got an HE, a single HE left. They managed to draw a fair amount of ATOX's utility. The issue is that they will sort of come to huddle over towards this site now. And cut noise. Wait. Be a little bit patient. Make Cabal uncomfortable. He hears the gun, so he knows that there's still somebody here. That's going to mean that they don't rotate anyone back off. Nuke clearing out a lot of space, however. Cabal going to be the first one up. Amelia been looking really sharp. Can they find this first opening pick, however?
Oh, it's a little rough. It is a little rough, but they'll be happy with the trades. Keep those numbers even. Try and get this bomb down. They, of course, have to focus in somewhere, and unfortunately the flank, yeah, just ruins their flow. Still, I think 3 kills in a round like that is really, really solid. Very minimal investment from Lynn Vision. Now going into the rifle, they have a chance to break this bank quickly.
Exactly. Keeping ATOX humble very early on is the key to success. They let too much build up early game. They start winning rounds and suddenly not really given any leniency or any ecos that give them slightly more breathable rounds here. So guns coming on out. Maybe lacking a little bit of utility from both sides here, but what we've seen hasn't always been the key factor for Lynn Vision's offenses. Very worried about Mick here. Has been that presence over the top by Wood every round. But actually, it's Cabal to get the opening pick and crack things on open. There won't be a trade in sight.
It's a big kill. It's a very, very big kill for ATOX. I think should set them up for the round, to be honest. So Lynn Vision, very early on into this game, are being tested. You know, I think that we were expecting an all guns blazing kind of performance here from the T side, and ATOX laying down a bit of the law. We'll obviously revisit this situation in a few rounds time and see if they can keep this up, and it does depend on if they can convert this one, but it feels really good. Solid position for them.
Yeah, just playing very, very default, very basic. It's probably what we expected given this amount. We don't see too much from them. and very much playing off of where they're seeing stuff, where they're hearing stuff as well. Immediately gonna break their legs on the drop down there. Against the likes of some of the weaponry that we've got here, all that HP does in fact matter. Slowly pushing on up, however, clearing up the smoke, gonna block them from heading over towards construction. The boost here, this could be huge.
Nuke, ready to go. Doesn't quite want to commit to it. Oh, the drop down, they will have heard that as well, and potentially assume that there is a boost over there. Still a nice find from him. Flash comes in as well to slow them down. This is a really solid spot for ATOX, finding the numbers. There's hardly any coverage on the site itself. Just one kill comes in for Lynn Vision. So ATOX have absolutely ruined them there on the A push. Really, really clean stuff.
Yeah, this is not what I expected to see coming out at all. I'd love to see maybe a little bit more pace coming out from Lynn Vision, especially since they're going to be on probably a weaker buy here if they even choose to invest. Try something a little bit faster, see how they respond to that, because they've been playing into this very slowly and methodically. That's allowed ATOX to, you know, find these opening picks and move people on over to reinforce these sites off the back of that. And so they've been playing at a constant disadvantage, maybe something quick, overwhelming that they're not expecting, but actually this time spreading out a little bit more, taking this mid control instead, something they haven't really tested too much. And Flynn, Cabal, they're going to be the defenders of this space. Molotov in hand, waiting.
There you go. Nice pick up from Flynn. And a nice pickup from Cabal. So everything is looking good, flowing quite nicely, not going down to any wild deagle headshots, you know, as can happen in a round like this. So I like the look from ATOX, which is not what I was expecting to say. I think it is one thing to be winning rounds, don't get me wrong, but really, really smooth sailing thus far. Nuke spotting out a couple edges and not wanting to give his life away. So again, some great discipline here out from the players. Again, as they sort of, you know, work their way in. Nuke coming in as the fifth, you know, and sort of a bit of an unexpected player, I think. He's not necessarily listed. Is it Masty that we've got listed on HLTV? You know, like they have a few sneaky players that we're not too sure of, really, and it would make sense. It would make sense to have him in.
Yeah, I was going to say that because I think they played with they played a game earlier today versus, was it IHC in a different tournament? And so, you know, they're a little bit warmed up for this one, but the roster's been a little bit all over the place for them sometimes. Ooh, kill through the smoke. Cabal here, and Mick as well. This has been the thing, is that Mick doesn't hear anything or doesn't see anything early on. He can call over that there's nothing really over towards B, and that means they can move people over quickly. This time has had Cabal to help on out here. And this information prodding has just sort of shepherded Lynn Vision in towards where ATOX has been stacked. And Yami in mid has to be careful here. It's going to be Amelia. Corner spotted, but never left alone. Trades coming through.
Not looking good for Lynn Vision.
No.
As the numbers do improve.
I don't think they've yet won an opening duel and like walked away with a player advantage. Zaka has finally managed to get himself a little bit further up ramp than we've seen previously. Difficulty is they've got this area on lockdown. Actually, they've moved away a little bit. Back's turned, isn't able to find a kill. I say that, actually going to find both in the end there. West Island.
Getting a little bit weird into the 1 versus 2.
It's going to walk through the smoke, yeah.
Oh, yeah, just manages to cross. You know, he gets the timing on that, unfortunately, rather than the other way around. And that is a pretty big blunder, to be honest. Zaka creeping in like that. Shouldn't be able to get away with that. Might catch it here on the replay, to be fair. You know, you talked about opening duels.
Yeah.
Don't necessarily need it, but yeah, that's a mess. That is a mess.
The fact that they both get away alive and then both still end up dying, because they were both in a position that they might have been able to be chipped away at the side, but they shouldn't both have died there. And that changes the round. That's a little bit of a question mark for ATOX. Cabal spots a player early on there, I think. Spots the shoulder. Actually not going to go for the fight there. Backs away. Going to play off the information instead. And honestly, taken massively by surprise here. Westmelon can be flashed and just try dip back around. Very, very worried about a potential sandbag player here. We finally have the AWP out as well on Nuka.
It's a keen change. Hopefully should be an opportunity for ATOX to bounce back. Massive for them if they're able to do that, honestly. Lynn Vision, you have to argue getting lucky in the previous round.
Yeah.
So can they turn that into something useful? Nuka does get one on the entry, but melts down, unfortunately. Lots and lots of damage coming in here. At least the numbers being kept even. That's a big kill, though. Mick comes in from above, drops the bomb. And there's sort of flanks happening. It's, again, all over the place, but it is Zaka again to find the key frags. Yami brings it on to the 1v1. No idea where Amelia is coming from here, but still manages to find the fight. And there you are, the battle of the individuals, the battle of the big names. And it will be ATOX to come out on top.
I think the thing that's been working is that Zaka, even though they've got these crossfires established, has somehow been managing to get both kills in these fights. And obviously managed to convert it into one round. Wasn't quite able to get it in a position that the 1v1 was won, but it's looking really strong from ATOX here. Zaka's putting up a fight, that's for sure, but it feels very much like it's an individual performance here. It's not so much the team is coming together cohesively, it's Zaka being so mechanically hot on the trigger. But we're going to need to see that and a little bit more. A timeout being called here, and I like this being placed here. They've got guns out, but they're really not finding very much. They got that one round. They weren't able to get anything else off the back of it. And so they've got to try figure out how to break this stalemate that they seem to be in. And I think, I've said I want to see a change in pace because they're playing so slowly and walking into these ATOX players. And they keep doing this. It seems to just be sort of walking into danger.
Yeah, and I mean, this is a little bit of what we talked about, really, in the fact that, you know, are they going to bring a deep level to this map, or are they just going to try and outfrag their opponents? And it does seem like they are just looking to beat them with brute force, and it's not really working. ATOX, as you mentioned, a little warm in that sense, and that seems to be really helping them out here. That being said, quick round does come out, as you requested. Starts off relatively well, but they just can't hold on to that advantage.
No. The trade game from ATOX is immaculate today. A lot of utility still left on these Lynn Vision players. Full pelt for a Fufu, but that's, they've kind of been shepherded into a corner. They've got still a minute left on the clock, but they've not really got too much space to work with just yet. Cabal's got essentially the whole of B covered here. And Vision, they're very hesitant to move anywhere with any particular pace now. They tried it, kind of worked for them. They're even on the numbers, and now waiting for the time to whittle down a little bit more. Cabal's going to get a bit more aggressive, however, and he's going to clear through all of this. Might be able to go for a nice little wrap here.
Yeah, good timing on it. Just needs his teammates to hold. But this indeed could be the moment. They're allowing them to get the bomb down. You can see, though, sort of fidgeting, you know, moving forwards a little. And they just have to hold off. Trying to draw attention, maybe indeed make it look like there are 3 players coming in from the CT direction. But there's Cabal to strike. And now things get difficult for the remaining Lynn Vision players. Slightly over-aggressive, though. It's just down to Flynn. Where's this second man at? He doesn't quite know. Trying to take a clean fight. It's a bit weird, but he gets it done. Doesn't have a kit available to himself, but there is one there to work with. He's onto the USP. It's a running game here from Flying to just buy the time. I think just about able to get this defuse in. It's going to be awfully close, but of course he just never gets that eventuality. Flying comes in from behind to secure it. An absolutely mental round. The flank was so good, but just not coordinated enough from ATOX.
No, that Molotov was everything, though. The Molotov onto the bomb to stop the initial defuse, right? Which forces him to go chasing. He just has to run away. The further that he can draw him, he doesn't even then need to win the fight. All he has to do is whittle enough time, draw him far enough away that there's no time to run back and hop on that defuse after the molly's gone. So just playing a game of time there, game of distance, and The fact that it came down to it being that close is something else. You know, the lurk looked good, not quite good enough, but envision a second round on the board and actually forcing ATOX's money situation into a weird place. And despite the round wins that they've had, they've not really been able to keep hold of a lot of these weapons at times.
Yeah, a little awkward. Little awkward. Could be Lynn Vision's way back in. First kill goes their way. Second looks good too. And here on the Deagle, got a decent angle but can't make it work. So just down to the remaining two. Wouldn't expect much out of this. Oh, he says.
Oh.
The Mix just banged two heads out of nowhere. They know where he's at. He again is just buying time for his teammate. Ultimately, surely not long for this world. He does go down. Cabal is on the flank. Once again, this time not quite as timely. But keep those weapons low. Could be a nice finish. I still don't see him winning the round, necessarily.
No. This is even a little bit too much even for Cabal. Currently topping the scoreboard, but the fact that Mick gets two there. I don't even know where the second one came from. Quick as lightning there, but Cabal... They've gone looking for him. They've not seen him anywhere through mid, probably on the assumption that he's not going to attempt this one. Might be able to find a nice little pick here. If that, though.
Yeah, maybe just hanging around for a gun.
Any sort of upgrade, yeah. But I don't think there's any to be seen. Ah.
Okay.
Well,
one of the plays of all time.
Certainly one of the plays of all time. You're right on that. It's the footsteps at the end there, you know? You know, sneaking around trying to find a weapon. At some point just gave up and was like, the round's over and done with. Might as well get myself to safety, but evidently not. It's going to be a rough round again for them here. They did force an investment in the previous one, so money is looking miserable for them. Lynn Vision maybe got a little bit of an idea that this is coming on through timeout on how to really drive the nail on home here, but ATOX, all things considered, for the buy that they had last round, fairly good results, albeit off the back of Mick finding an incredible sequence, but put in a little bit of a stamp on it, trying to keep them humble. As you can see, some of these players haven't exactly had the ability to build up much money yet. And hopefully able to find a little bit more Lynn Vision, starting to make this look a little bit more competitive now. And there's some of those strats that we talked about, maybe seeing them bring into this game from Europe, starting to show their face a little bit. And ATOX, that scrappy style, isn't necessarily going to work against that. And it's just how they try and counter that now. This round is going to be a couple of deagles. I say a couple of deagles, a deagle on Yami. And it's going to have to work miracles. Nuke, however, decides he wants all of the map control.
Yeah, I suppose so. Could be a weird one to deal with.
I think they've probably got an idea now, though. Now that they've seen one person all the way behind them, they've probably got a little bit of a clue that that's not the only person where they came from. Sight is going to be almost completely free. Zaka, just got to hold this now.
You are right that they were savvy to it. You know, seen this round many a time, I'm sure. So just a case of keeping it clean once again. Last round was right on the line. You can see there's a couple players that could do with surviving here.
Yeah.
So they're not like over facing into those fights.
Sometimes it's good to know when a fight is worth it and when it is just not your day. That HE grenade. Thought it did a little bit more than it did, but Mick already low. A little bit dangerous here. Actually, maybe able to hold on to some of this utility as well. No point in spending it. A little bit more money in the bank. Amelia probably very confused about why Body just went flying off the edge, but clean round. Cabal running on through, hoping to find maybe a last-minute kill, or nope. Dramatic effect,
this guy's just been doing some crazy stuff at the end of the rounds, I won't lie.
I mean, I think they're probably surprised this map came up, so come into this with a little bit less of a plan than some of the other maps they expected to see come up. And you know what, why not go for it? If you can see somebody at the end just holding, making sure that you're not going for a sneaky couple of picks at the end. But, you know, dramatic effect, throw yourself off a building, gets us talking about him.
Sure, yeah, you know, he's just trying to grab the attention, I suppose. Keep the camera on him.
Why not?
Yeah, it's fair. He's having a good game, though. You know,
True.
these end-of-round moments are funny. They're ultimately not, all that impactful. As soon as we start talking about him, though, he gets unlucky.
You're
That
just
is
saying,
the classic.
I'm just saying end of round, and it's like, nope, not this time. Not even gonna get there. Just got to be careful here. I say that has the timing. There's been a lot of disrespecting these smokes, and it's not really been working out for ATOX a whole lot.
It is true. Oh, it's well timed, though. Unfortunately, numbers are thinning, especially on the other side of the map. They're trying to recover this ramp. Control to no avail. Zach has just given them the run around. Big three from him, all by himself as well. So, Lynn Vision maybe taking them some time, but they have gotten into their stride and individually starting to really, really prove to be difficult. Mick is on some kind of a crazy solo mission here. Can he make it out? He's doing well so far. Wants to take this M4 into the next round, but they are after him, and he will eventually fall. So, evening things up. It was a rough start for Lynn Vision. They have turned things around.
They have. Good final stand, though. We like to see it. Gets the first 2 kills, and then it's a bit like, oh no, are we going to have one of those moments? But Lynn Vision, as you said, they've turned it around a lot now, warming up a little bit. And actually, their money situation is looking set for the rest of the half here. I don't really see anything going so horrifically wrong that, you know, last 2 rounds. Oh, well, I say I don't see anything going horrifically wrong. If that's not proof that Caster Curse is real, I don't know what is.
Yeah.
Dramatic, comedic timing.
Yeah, I don't know. We've had a little bit of that going on this game for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we seem to be directing things ever so slightly.
Only a little bit.
But yeah, getting a slightly strange one just back to us for a second, I think, while things get straightened out there. But yeah, takes you out of the flow for sure. Lynn Vision, though, to bring it back down to earth as much as we possibly can. Looking very, very good for me, I think. We were kind of right in our assumption that they're maybe not the most tactically well drilled on this map, but they are starting to, you know, find themselves, and particularly again, Zaka doing so much of the heavy lifting in these bigger rounds to actually give them a chance into the game, you know, and he has looked fantastic in that sense.
I'm maybe a little bit worried for ATOX now because we've started with them on the T side, right? And yes, there's always a lot of strategy that goes into the T side, right? But it's on the CT side where you start to see that be a little bit more consolidated, more sort of set there. And with ATOX, if they've come into this with little battle plan, their goal might just be to full send it, you know, and it's very difficult to predict an enemy that doesn't really come in with the strongest battle plan, you know? You can't be playing chess against someone playing checkers. You're not going to win. So I'm curious to see if they've got something on the CT side that's going to be able to deal with probably just ATOX throwing stuff straight at them. But I think we might be heading to a short little break here. Seems like maybe the issues are a little bit more severe than we initially thought. So don't go too far. I promise you we will get this game done, but we will see you guys very shortly.
Oh my goodness, the game is back underway. Thank you very much for your patience, everybody. It was a power outage, and then we got to wait for everything to get back going, the internet, etc., etc. ATOX all playing boot camping at the moment, and yeah, they were all affected. So we are back into the action, though. That's what matters, of course. The Counter-Strike back on your screens. Not for super long. We'll probably have another little break at half-time, of course, so apologies for that, but we still want to see how this half is going to end. Our cursed game, potentially, but we'll see if any of these teams end up being cursed. Mick is up close with the MP9. Only one for him. Support is here. Quite a lot of bodies, in fact, for the CT end. So it could get messy. 7 trying to draw them in, you know, and work around each other. They're not doing an awful job, but unfortunately it's just that weaponry that lets them down. Decent damage, not going to matter at the tail end of the half here, though.
Exactly. No, not at all. ATOX, they give themselves a nice little position to buy a little bit more, potentially. A bit more utility to flash out the pelt there, but as you said, rough one. It was just against the pistols, so Lynn Vision Game can't put too much stock in that one. But the fact that they don't let themselves get overwhelmed there, they keep it simple. It's good to see that they're still feeling pretty warmed up after that elongated pause. That's maybe one of my bigger worries about this. Flying, ooh, very careful, because they're getting aggressive here, and I don't know if they spotted Cabal as well. They've got an idea, though.
Oh, well, there you are. Big frag coming in, of course, for flying. We've also just been told that we're going to go straight through with no halftime break, so don't go anywhere. Keep your eyes on this one, guys. Lynn Vision, of course, before we left off, if you can cast your mind back and remember, we're on a really good run of form. That looks set to continue here as they're in a winning position once again. So I think very much improving as this map goes on. Maybe playing it by feel for sure, but 7 rounds, as looks to be likely here from the T side, is a pretty solid finish. Maybe the remainder of the A defense can get something done here. Utility over from them is not bad at all. Yami will manage to find just the first. Obviously need a bit more than that. Reveal their location as well. Not really ideal for ATOX. Mick goes down. That creates space for the bomb. It's all really on Flynn to try and cook something up, and in through the smoke, he can't really get anything done. So Yami, they know about him. He's got 4 to get through. Do not see this one happening.
No, everywhere he looks, there's enemies and bodies waiting for him. And there you go, spam through the wood. It's going to find one. The transfer's nice, but not going to be enough to secure themselves around. 7-5 at the half, and actually, they were down quite badly at the first bit. So, nice to see. Actually, 7 rounds on a T side on Vertigo. Really can't complain at that as well. Especially if our suspicions were right that they've come into this with a little bit more of a set plan, which is especially prominent and especially noticeable over on that CT side. But yeah, it's nice that they've started to come onto their ideas. The ATOX have been getting aggressive with that information spotting early. Dealt with it. Switch halves, no break, which feels really weird, doesn't it? Not used to this, but get back into it. Pistol round does look like a little bit of utility for the side of Lynn Vision. ATOX not really going for much here. Ooh.
No, indeed. Oh my goodness, it has picked up pace really quickly from ATOX. Big kill in towards middle. Big kill on the site itself. Westmelon finds himself fully alone, so see what he can find, and before I even get the words out, he will go down. ATOX, big pistol from them.
Yeah, really nice to see there. They were getting aggressive on their CT side for that information. Looks like they're going to keep up the same sort of vibe on their T side. And that's maybe where I was a little bit, I had some questions, because it's very difficult sometimes to counter an enemy that is just running at you, that doesn't particularly have a plan. And for the pistol round, that works out quite nicely. They are going to force Lynn Vision here. And so this could be a really nice round win for ATOX. It's not going to be particularly easy, however. There's going to be some resistance. Nick was the B-stairs defender last time. Looks like he's going to be the one hanging over towards that side of the map. This side as well. Actually, a little bit of luck. Doesn't see anything. Peels away to go join his team.
Back 10 mowing down. Does get traded. A little messy over here. It's, the AK, though, that's holding the ground. Really solid finds from Mick in all that chaos. Flying will remain alone, so what he opts to go for here in the footsteps, trading a few shots here. Maybe could take the name. Little dicey. Gets it done though. Good control from him. Definitely not out of the realms of possibility, to be honest. I mean, the bomb is not long since planted, but Flying, of course, knows he's going to have to like pick up the pace and give his position away, etc. So he'll take the kill, he'll make it costly, and then save the AK into the next.
All things considered, not the worst force buy we've ever seen. Not quite a round win, and that is going to mean that the rest of the team is suffering on this round. It will be this AK having to do the heavy lifting. The ATOX, they secure themselves another round. They tie up the scoreboard again, which, you know, it got a little bit scary. Had a nice start, coming back into their own now. But as you said, expensive weaponry is going to need to be rebought here. I don't think there's too much more that we can say on this one. This round was done pretty quickly as well. Flying left on their own. This fight here was... I got really worried for a second. I didn't realize it was going to be that close. However, here we are, 7-7. It's going to be just that AK, a couple of Deagles, maybe some 5-7s coming out as well. Yep. So this one is going to be flying, trying to lead the charge here. If he can find an opening pick, they can recover a weapon. Could see it getting a little closer. We've seen a couple of these eco rounds do quite well. Again, ATOX with the pace, however. That nade's going to hit them. They're going to hear that.
Oh. Yeah, could get kind of awkward later on, and ATOX doing a good job. For my money, of just being like, okay, maybe we don't fully send it in there, try and play a more patient game. Lynn's still sticking around, knows there's maybe something up, waiting for that smoke to go down. They will also be aware of the fact that it's going to be low utility round here from Lynn Vision, so they won't really have much of a chance to answer you in that sense. But yeah, ATOX moving slowly, trying to draw some attention elsewhere, and it seems to be working.
It really does. You can see everyone slowly crawling on over towards that B site. So ATOX, they've just had to sit patiently here, and yeah, they've left Westmelon, but he's on his own here. You find this pick early on. The rest of the team's so far removed, and Cabal's got his way through mid, so can cut off these rotates beautifully. Has to deal with Amelia first, though. Has been a bit of a menace with the Deagle. Can hear a lot of footsteps now. Has to be wary. Does miss the timing on Amelia, but ready for the rest of them. There's the first fight.
Oh, Yami in behind, just sort of mowing them down. Yeah, and it all worked, right? Just drawing the attention, pulling them away, keeping them confused. Flying will be the last member here. He's surrounded quite easily, and Yami makes a lot of money on that MAC-10. Really valuable moving forwards for ATOX, that.
Means that they could get that AWP online in the next couple of rounds. That's if they end up losing any players. Zaka's got his own out here. And we didn't really see it too much on the flip side. T-side AWPing on Vertigo is, I want to say, a hotly debated topic. It's not really. It doesn't really happen a whole lot. But Zaka this time going to be having the impact and hopefully can bring this back into balance because they've now lost their lead here. Money's in an awkward place. CT economy being so difficult to manage. Be a nice round for them to pick up. They have found the opening pick very early on here.
Yeah, pretty good look. Pretty good look indeed. So ATOX going to have their work cut out. It was a slow start from Lynn Vision in the first half as well. Got their claws in with the guns though, and this is something I really do worry about. I think ATOX have actually got some good individual performances on this map, but generally speaking, the across-the-board effect from Lynn Vision is a pretty tough one to get through. There's not that many teams that can contend with them in the region, and particularly with this man on the AWP. Zaka makes himself known, solidifying the numbers, and he's going to look to time this one. Oh, he draws away. Could have had a chance at the cheeky frag, but he knows what's up. He knows the tendencies. Unfortunately, he's still sort of moving there for that shot. It's all good. Teammates are around to hold the line, get the trades. The Bals made things slightly interesting at the tail end, but surely not long for this world at all. They're even playing it really quite safe here, as allowing Amelia to come in from behind, and will find the final kill. So Lynn Vision on the board quickly there with the rifles. A really clean round from them.
Yeah, lovely done there. I feel so bad there for Zaka just moving. Had the right idea completely to reposition there. Was quite sad. I think absolutely had the shot lined up through the smoke, but didn't really trust themselves and didn't want to give away their location there. But how it cookie crumbles, they still win the round off the back of those openings. Now, it's going to be Nuke being able to afford that AWP off the back of a couple of rounds ago. Those SMGs farming, really. Now this time, I think we're going to have a little bit of a contention for ramp, more so than usual. Westmelon going to be the first one up, having a look. Actually, it's all a bit of a distraction. Yeah, there's a lot going on over towards ramp, but B seems to be where the final destination is in mind. Ooh, HE parts. Don't quite spot Yami, however.
Oh. Trades are back. They look pretty good here. Giving ATOX a lot of control. They're able to drop back and really dictate the gameplay in this round.
They've been quite fluid this ATOX roster. The fact that they're happy to, you know, poke and prod, then go elsewhere, draw the attention, it's worked quite nicely for them. Especially now that they have the player advantage as well. They can still leave somebody causing a little bit of mayhem. Go for that look. Presence. Which we saw on their CT side on Cabal. Not really always finding the most impact. But still being a little bit of a nuisance. And actually, we need to get a little bit dicey here. Its kills go one apiece on opposite sides of the map though.
Ooh, close from Zaka there. That would have been the big kill. He goes back in for a bit more and unfortunately loses his life. The bomb is struggling to cross. Flying's been having a great game here, so this would be a hell of a moment for him. The fire just makes it difficult. Left on 1 HP. The nade doesn't take him down somehow. Too deep, but it's a creep forwards from Yami that will finish it off. And ATOX, they're right back in. They get their lead back.
Yeah, this I think was my worry a little bit with having that chaos on the T side. And Lynn Vision, yeah, they're looking quite structured, they're looking quite good, but they're just not really being able to preempt what's going to be happening. ATOX finding these openers, not really getting traded as well. The money, however, has been kept relatively humble. We can see Cabal is still playing on a Galil and missing a tiny bit of utility. Can't really complain too much. However, Lynn Vision, they've really been struggling here. The moment they get a round win, they're beaten back into the ground and their money's just not really had a chance to flourish. Say that, Fufu with an opening pick, they've been going back and forth and these skills have really been deciding the round. They've gone untraded on this one as well.
Oh, Cabal does get a big kill in towards mid though. That's some decent control for them. And again, they're going to be pulled pillar to post with a buy like this. No utility for a retake. If Lynn Vision want the round, they have to take it before that bomb goes down, really, or at least make it as competitive as possible. Cabal checking his angles. Oh, it's close. Fufu does very well to find that kill. They're taking a gamble on the B site itself, though, and with no mid presence, you know, they maybe feel confident. Around B, they would be correct. Fufu, he is very, very low here, and the fire does spread to him. It's unfortunate, but not much that can be done about it. Nice break of the smoke. Goes against them, though. I've seen that so many times with, you know, players trying to break the smoke successfully. Doesn't always happen. Down to the 2v2 now. Flynn up close. Got to be cleared. Got to be backed. And they're just, yeah, indeed going to go straight past him. Focusing on the AWP. Double digits now for ATOX.
Beautifully played from Nuke at the end there. They didn't really have any utility to deal with him, so they were having to try take these fights, and having that player up close on Jen as well meant the moment you go for the AWP, the trade is imminent, and actually just really nicely played from Nuke. There's a certain level of just hitting those shots as well. A little bit of trick in there. Does miss the second one, but knows his teammate's got his back. A little bit of trust that we're seeing here is good. And still, despite another round win and cementing a little bit of a lead here, Cabal still not able to afford a proper weapon, has been having a bit of a rough time with being the first player to go down here. But actually, they've been pulling it back quite nicely. Envision they are on a full buy. Zaka back on that AWP again. We saw what happened last time. Really nice in mid. This time, maybe not gonna see as much presence. Have as much opportunity early round to throw his name into the ring.
Quiet start into the round. It's a paramount pick up here, particularly for Lynn Vision, but you know, if ATOX can get this one over the line, then start to talk about them taking this map, which would really, I think, be a contingency that we'd not necessarily planned for. We did say it was a risky one from Lynn Vision, but with them looking good, I mean, even into the start of this half, let alone, you know, I was going to mention the end of the previous. I figured the ATOX T side was going to be hard for them, but not the case. So ATOX in prime position. Oh, big find from Nuke on that AWP. Fufu still here to slow them down. Spacing not fantastic, not available for the trades. He does maybe go in a bit deep himself, but he's battling for that space, trying to get his teammates in here, but his teammates are not the healthiest, right? This is really dangerous right now. Works out nicely, however. The smoke is more beneficial to the CT side, it looks like, and Nuke will back off to save.
Yep, nothing that can be done here. No time to really chase this, and honestly, if you're Lynn Vision, you don't want to either. So they do find themselves around. Gets a little bit scary. They look pretty good for ATOX for a lot of the round. It's just towards that end. They're finding the frags. Envision very quick to move on over there. As, of course, rotations with the map control that they've been establishing have been pretty easy and uncontested. They do close the gap a little bit. The fact that it's this close and the fact that regulation is drawing scarily close to the end, and ATOX deciding to call a timeout here as well. They're in a little bit of a point here. This round, they've not got the most amount of money to go for this, likely just going to be the Tech 9s that we're seeing here. And so we'll assume that it's going to be a round loss. You're not really going into these expecting it to be the big flashy rounds that you pull out the bag, which means it ties it up 10-10. This is a turning point, because this is where, you know, 2 rounds left in regulation after this, and you've got to figure out the plan and what comes next. There's no point holding on to them. The timeouts, they've not really had much chance to use them. So yeah, have a little bit of a discussion, because it's not really this round that's the big one, it's what comes after. If they can find some money, if they can find some kills, that's great. Keep Lynn Vision Gaming humble for the rest of regulation, but this round itself going to be relatively quiet.
Never speak too soon. That's what I've learned over the years, though. We'll see. Something wild and wacky could happen here, especially in this region. 1 for 1 to begin it. Not a bad look, I think. Usually we say, you know, it's good for the T side. That's the rule of thumb in those 1 for 1 trades, I think. Okay. CT side, though, will use the information. This could get very messy. That 1 for 1, less beneficial. Allows the AWP to post up here, and Nuke playing confidently. They peek into him. He's going back for a little bit more, and he will get it. Oh, that flick is beautiful. Flying all alone all of a sudden. And this has indeed come out of nowhere.
You know what? Nuke has been immaculate. Is been amazing, and the teammates as well. I was really worried about that mid fight because he was peeking, and there were 2 people there. They kept reinforcing mid. They drew all the reinforcements away to come deal with the situation, and he takes down both. Now 40 seconds left. They have as much space and as much time as they want to here. Flying 1v2 has 2 flashes. The health is looking particularly miserable. It's still very much up for play. There's a kit as well. But Flying, does he even want to go for this one at this point? The bomb goes down, and decision to be made, and I think might have a bit of a look.
I mean, why not, right?
Yeah, why not?
They maybe don't fully know that it is a low buy here. The save's not going to have too much of an effect, to be honest. The buy in the next round's not going to be nice.
Either way,
regardless. Yeah. So I'm kind of a fan of it. There's no early kill coming, unfortunately. So I think not left himself a lot of time, actually. So yeah, just ends up being a bit panicked. And I think that was half and half. You know, yes, he ends up in the site for sure, but had to move a lot faster. Had to really commit to that earlier.
Rough one, but as you said, you never know what's going to happen on these rounds as well. Or we get to see it again. There's the first pick. Flying does put up a little bit of a final stand. We've seen it a couple of times here as well. Being the last one there, trying to find something. Gets a kill or 2, but not quite able to. And then Vision calling their final time out here. Lest we go overtime. And then overtimes, we have replenished timeouts, 1 per OT, if I'm not mistaken. I'm seeing Zaka with the XM. And this is a move that I really like. I am a big fan of the XM. I know that Lynn Vision are no strangers to using it. On a map like Vertigo, I am maybe slightly curious where they're wanting to send it. And I'm just really hoping it doesn't get sold last second. Oh, there we go. Every time. Would have been nice to see. Not today, though. Not on this map, at least.
No, it's true. I think depends on the map. Depends on the map for me. I don't know. XM little limited, I would argue, on Vertigo.
On Vertigo, yeah. Ooh, yummy. Nice 2k to open it on up there. And 0 response to be found. Because that's everyone on that side of the map eliminated. So now they can just slowly push on forward. But still doing their due diligence. Zaka waiting in mid, hoping to catch any of those pesky external players. A little bit of the extraneous limbs that they send out to go hunting for information, but this round, there aren't any to be seen.
Going to be difficult. I think Lynn Vision have got to make a decision on a bomb site, commit to that, and then go for the save if they don't go there. Unfortunately, as I've said that, it looks like they will make that decision to commit, but it's the wrong site. So as Afufu is on the way out, ATOX are on the way in. Nobody home, and a free round here in the end, at least. Obviously, Yami's two-piece gives them the opportunity to make this happen. Really solid stuff.
Yeah, nothing really to be done here, and I don't think they're going to want to commit any of these weapons because they've got nothing in the bank now. And the Fufu has to be careful, has the nice angle, has the right thoughts, but unfortunately Flynn with the headshot, it's all sort of over, and everything that they lose here gets worse and worse for them. They have managed to pick up that FAMAS. I think maybe ATOX might go hunting for these as well.
I mean, why not, right? Again, they're in a pretty good financial position themselves, so I think keep it up and really
Hammer it home.
is worth the sacrifice here to take these Lynn Vision players down and deny them the guns away. Right lines, not quite there fast enough though, were they, unfortunately. Again, maybe wanted to fully commit into that, and you can see what effect it has, right? Both players will be dropping guns, and without that, we're 2 guns down. So yeah, it could have been really impactful to find those final couple kills.
Little bit of a lifeline there for Lynn Vision that they're able to save them. Actually, a fair bit of utility able to be scrounged out here. The issue that they have is even if they win this, they still got to win 2 more, and they've not exactly been finding the same level of dominance on this second half. Slow start, and it looks like it's going to be a slow end as well, but see how it goes. Afufu going to be one of the first called to action here. They slowly creep up. Fufu got a single smoke. That's all he has available to him. Does have a little bit of backup from Amelia, slightly further back, however.
Little tense. Nade is good. Keen start here for ATOX. Would be a hell of a thing if they can get this over the line in such a fashion, you know, where it feels comfortable for them. More nade damage, but they've lost the first player. Zaka comes in, kind of the biggest consistent factor for Lynn Vision. Fufu swings wide and loses his life. Amelia left alone behind the double stack here, tagged up and taken down. The B-hold has folded quickly, and ATOX looking to pick up the pace.
That they do, and poor Flying has been blind this whole round, desperately trying to find something. B's got no information where they are, but Westmelon from behind has been helping on out. Now they've got them trapped, 1 in front, 1 behind. They've got them pincered.
One v one here for Yami. The bomb, of course, in the hands of Westmelon. Oh, he will have heard that. He will have heard that hit him. He's after him now. Only 10 seconds, so yeah, they've got to get the Benny Hill theme going, running after each other. Yami trying to find him. 3 seconds to go. Can't get the kill, though, Westmelon. Really smart from him, actually, to just kind of recognize it's like, okay, I can't run anymore. He will probably shoot me in the back, so I have to stand and fight. Really big turnaround there from Lynn Vision.
What a way for that one to end. It looked so good for them. It's just, oh, that one double kill coming out from, I think it was Westmelon, just ruins their plans, and then just the desperate sprint there. Nothing that really be done. Unfortunate to lose your life, but also you've got the money to back it straight back up there. And so we continue on map point a little bit longer. At some point, someone will win Vertigo. We will not be here forever. Westmelon going to be the first one up. Vision, they had a little bit of a problem with disrespecting smokes on their T side, and whether we see that be a recurring theme as we close this game on out. I'm going to be the one jumping on up. Smoke's going to cause some problems. I'm just going to actually head elsewhere now.
Nick looking for a decent nade here. Nice idea, doesn't quite land. They needed the closer angle rather than the further away angle. There's the Molotov to maybe make that happen, but no one around to back it with a spray down. Just tit for tat nades here. Trading positions. Trying to look for that first fight, that first beneficial fight. Risky move from Flying. Nearly goes down. Molotov, again, not quite close enough, and they thought they dealt with him. He could go for a bit more here as well. Very well played by Flying to net a couple for Lynn Vision, so advantage swings their way.
Yeah, it's been really rough for them because every time ATOX took some space, immediately Lynn Vision would counter with some util to stop them progressing any further. You know, they'd push them back, but they wouldn't be able to push forward themselves. Have managed to whittle it down to a 3v3 now, however. The bomb site has fallen. They haven't dealt with the media just yet, though. Caught throwing utility. That one hurts, and now the end game.
Oh, Zaka brings it down to the 1 versus 1. To save the game here once again. Tap onto the bomb. Oh, he's being made here by Flynn. Spotted out. Will land the headshot as well. And another tough moment for ATOX to lose in, man. It's so tough. They just cannot get this one over the line. They're coming so close. So very close, but losing it out in the clutch. And that's the Lynn Vision experience coming in. Although this feels weird that ATOX are the ones that are in the winning position. Lynn Vision showing their prowess as a team.
Yeah, Zaka has been so monumental in this map so far. It was him that was getting those important kills and clutch moments in the first half to even net them the ability to start the momentum that garnered them 5 rounds at the half, you know? So, it's a tough one. It's good to see it coming down to the 1v1 and the ATOX are putting up a fight. It's just some sort of barrier that they can't get themselves over. Smoke's coming on out. There's a massive gap for Westmelon to look through, and he's going to run on forward. He's going to be heard here, and there is a crossfire waiting for anyone that pushes. And Flynn, got to be careful, however. He is going to be run down. Gets the first, and immediately with the second, they're not going to be able to find the trade. Mick does get one.
Maybe a trade back. Oh, a second as well. Pretty big deal. Giving them a chance into the round here and a chance into the close, where it did really feel like things had swung in favor of Lynn Vision to take us to the overtime. Once again, though, with these sort of crunch moments, these closer moments, they have been doing very, very well. So, will ATOX be able to change that tune? Nick has crept through. He thought he had the thread, but Flying ready for him. Down to just 2 now to stop the overtime.
Yeah, Lynn Vision, they're trying to play together a little bit more here. They've got no real clue where they could be. Last contact was seen ages ago. It's over towards B that they are heading. Bomb in hand. Plenty of util to get the job done as well. They can stall this for as long as they need to. They've got to clear out the site, however. There's nobody here, but they're not aware of that just yet. Actually, Fufu might have a chance to stop this all before it gets too hairy.
Very possible here, we'll see. Bomb's gone down. Molotov keeping them at bay. You can feel the nerves. You can really feel the nerves. It's a slow-moving retake here from Lynn Vision. Just waiting for everything to dissipate. A few flashes available. You know, well-placed could really, really slow them down. Flash comes in, not going to give too much. They're not giving themselves a lot of time here. About a third of it left, so see how it goes. They line up. That's a lot of damage. 1 kill and so much done. Cabal could hold the line here, and he will. The double spray down lands. ATOX take it in the end. It is insanely close, but I think they will be so, so happy with themselves. A map that they do not have the officials on that was supposed to be the punish. And Lynn Vision, we felt they took a risk. It looks like they did just that. It did not pay off.
Yeah, the worry is they're now heading into Ancient. This is ATOX's territory. And so they...
Okay, gamers, we are back into the game.
Woo.
I believe in just a moment we should be underway. You know, don't move too quickly.
Nobody breathe.
Don't get too excited, just in case. But I think we should be underway shortly. As you can see, everybody is in, everybody is comfortable. They're all bought up and just sort of waiting to get things ticked over. It's probably a last-minute check of like, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you sure?
100%.
Are you sure? Yeah.
We're not doing
this again,
yep.
guys. I don't know.
But yeah, excited to see what happens here. Lynn Vision, they're known for having a lot of fire behind this map, like very aggressive early mid pushes, and ATOX, I don't know, kings of this map. I see a decoy out on Yami. And I like this. I like that we've been seeing more decoys recently. Yeah,
for sure. Just sort of make things a little more interesting. And, you know, decoys, of course, slightly harder to tell these days. And it is one of these things when you've got so much utility bought up, another nade flying in, it's going to turn ahead. It's going to make you panic, isn't it? So, kind of fair enough. Are we going through this? Oh, I don't know. Risky move. Everybody's so blind, but even the T side just completely blind, not checking their surroundings. Zaka comes away with 2. Flying is here to support, and ATOX not really going so hot, to be honest with you. They will be forced to back away, and only 2 of them now remaining. They still have the bomb at the very least. That's about all they've got going for them here.
Yeah, there's mob fight as well. Emilio, whether he's going to go for it with the long-range Julies, maybe, maybe not. It was still going for it, actually. They still want to hit this A side, it would seem. Actually, I say that. It's all a distraction for the bomb to go big.
Yami. Oh. Deleted.
They've got to know now, surely, that the plan is...
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
But I think, you know, contingency-wise, it is decent here.
Yeah, it's a bomb plant. That's all you can really ask for at this stage. Taken down. I think the issue was over towards A, when the smoke goes down and they're all behind it. And then we're like, they're going through this? Because they expended a fair bit of utility and threw it out. So they were like, well, we've used, you know, our Molotov. Maybe we follow up with it. But the issue is, the flashbang just sort of blinded them. And that smoke, I think the play would have just been to back away, except that you dumped a bit of utility and you don't have that anymore. But safer to play that than to run through the smoke unknowingly onto a site. But pistol round, potential faux pas there, a little bit of a miss call, but they have to sit this one out. Couple of Tech 9s, couple of flashes, maybe a little bit of intent here. In Vision Gaming, this one is just going to be try minimize casualties. Looks like we're going to go heavy straight onto B here.
Not wasting any time. Got the execute out. Oh my goodness, spam through the smoke though to deny that bomb plant, and it has gone south quickly. I thought not a bad idea from ATOX to indeed get that plant out, but unfortunately not as safe as they thought.
No.
So it's unfortunate, very unfortunate indeed. I think it would have been good for them to get the money in and boost the cash, but they still have a good buy moving forward to it.
Yep, good buy moving forward to contend this one with. Hopefully we don't see too much of an early lead. Last time we saw ATOX taking that 4-round lead initially. This time, bit of a slower start for them. Would be a nice one to pick up early. Of course, it's kind of a bonus round here for Lynn Vision with those MP9s still online. It's going to be a little bit of a different round here. We see a Fufu straight in towards Donut, keeping an eye on mid there. Yami through the Molotov. Very aggressive their own. This is just fighting fire with fire.
Quite literally, to be fair. There'll be some decent damage onto the ATOX boys, but Mick, he makes his way through that smoke for a cheeky kill. Westmelon not ready at all. Nice start for ATOX. Still not the best 5v4 you've ever seen, right? A well-placed spray down can make a big difference here.
And look at the rotations already being moved on over. Yeah, there's a smoke for mid, so Zaka's not really going to be able to get any information there, but the fact that Fufu's not really heard anything either. Fine, there's the pick. They've all come over onto this site, and there is going to be nothing to be found here for ATOX. Shut down at every corner.
Yeah, that's rough. They get that first kill, and then just kind of trying to act upon the same area feels strange, to say the least.
They've moved a couple of pieces back over. They've been very quick to rotate here. They've sent flying all the way through spawn. And the fact that they haven't noticed that bomb's still B, that's going to raise some alarm bells. Cabal here, this would be a really nice pick to find. Spots the legs, takes them down. And that's going to be even more distraction, even more cause for concern for them to stay over on the A side. But actually, they're already ready for this retake.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. That's very, very awkward. May well have just let their kind of advantage slip away ever so slightly. They do have time in their favor. The one big thing here is the fact that there's no kit for Lynn Vision, so they have got to get a step on, got to get a move on here. Only really one attempt to play the bomb, it feels like. Flynn's position now going to be known. Cabal's still unknown. There's no time, though. There's just no time for them to get in. Yeah, the fact that they had no one around, no information to work with really slows their roll. And the false information of flying just that one lackadaisical non-check makes all the difference.
Yeah, lovely round there from ATOX. And the fact that Cabal, we talked about it over on Vertigo, sometimes that little bit of a later presence coming into the round from another angle hasn't always been, you know, quick enough to find the impact or stable enough to alter the round the way that they need it to. This time around, though, managing to put themselves on ramp, it means that that bomb is in the direct crossfire of Cave and ramp, and there's nothing, they have no utility to clear out either at those angles. Time, as you said, no kit. This round, however, they do have kits available. We've got to keep those alive now as well. And locking Lynn Vision out of mid pretty early on, taking their own space here.
No one really around to contest. Lynn Vision have left things open here, it would seem. Again, ATOX looking a little uncomfortable on Ancient. I think that they need to lay down that directive in this game and just really start coming away with some powerful rounds. They're aware of that fact, not wasting any time. Getting into Cave. Trading of nades, but still no kills.
Ahead of the smoke there as well. Got to be careful. They've managed to get 2 of them into excavation. Westman just going to post up on this angle. Yami running out of bullets. Cabal, there we go. A little bit of presence over towards mid. They're going to try split this map on up, and they've not really been contested in middle to late round here. So suddenly Cabal's got so much space on the map. Yami hasn't spotted anything. Does check the corner, does a little bit of a double take though, and Amelia is there just as a contingency plan. And now this site, so many players on it. It's going to be hard to break this crossfire.
Flying, ready to go. Going to allow them, in theory, to get the bomb down. Flying, though, just plays the patience game, drops it. There's not a lot of time. They've got to get this bomb planted, and yeah, not going to happen. I'm not quite sure what the ATOX players are sort of thinking and doing, and you've got to surely cover off slant. It's like the only area that you're really vulnerable from is slant there, so surely teammate holds that, trades it at the very least. Wild kind of finish to the round. ATOX looking very messy.
Yeah, it's very disjointed coming out here as well, and that's going to be reflected in their buy coming into this round. The Deagle, the Tech 9, a couple of rifles to support it here as well. Not much utility to their name. And now Lynn Vision Gaming, now they can start to play that signature mid, throw out that heavy utility to block out Cabal from finding anything. And now suddenly so much eyes on the map, pushing Westmelon up so close, has eyes and ears everywhere. And ATOX, they just kind of have to sit still for a second. A lot of damage, however, done onto Westmelon.
Kind of a strange change-up, isn't it, coming into this map where things were so aggressive, so in your face with that first one. And this has slowed way down. ATOX, I think they know the position that they're in. They're a little bit nervy, where it's like, okay, this 2-0 is now very much on the horizon, but they have to start on the T side where they do look much less comfortable and
yeah, I'm
not really able to find the openers, it feels like.
I'm not sure I like them moving Amelia away from watching mid there, because they haven't heard anything A, but the issue is now everything's happening B. They don't have that line of sight into mid again. Actually going to quickly re-establish it, means that there is no escape. 40 seconds, they could switch site, but the issue is, they don't really want to. Smoke from a Fufu is going to block out A single-handedly. Only need to expend one player for that entire side of the map. And ATOX, they're whittling down this timer, but every time they've done this, every time they've left it to the last second, they've not been able to get the kills to break onto site here.
Melon. Oh,
Again?
does well to find one, man. Yeah. So solid. Amelia comes flying through. They're just unafraid of the smokes, ultimately. And again, ATOX, I think giving too much room, too much respect. They have to start moving a bit faster here on this T side and working the frags, working the fights, giving too much control across.
Yeah, it's the fact that they just stick with that B play. They've not even really got much of a fake going on anywhere else in the map. They just sort of sit there hoping that Lynn Vision are going to just move and get impatient. But they don't, because they've got that line of sight on mid. So they know that they haven't left through mid. They've not heard anything over towards A at all. Nothing seen anywhere. So they know that they have to be near B. And then so they just sit and wait. And then, you know, 20, 30 seconds, you leave yourself no time for if anything goes wrong. They run on, there's smokes everywhere, there's flashes, and unfortunately, when all players are blind, the power of the A1S, it just reigns supreme. You can just spray. You are far more likely to come out alive than someone with a pistol, with a deagle. And so, yeah, need to be leaving it a little bit more time to get onto site. I'd like to see them move a little bit more around the map here, ATOX. Or try do something that if they are going to sit and wait for that B, try have some sort of a distraction to pull any of the attention and eyes off. Now that AWP online for Zaka was crucial for the rounds that they did get last map and almost drew them to an overtime. This time he's lining up the barrel. Mick is looking away.
Oh, looking good. Fufu on for that big frag to just fully keep them at bay. Fire slows them down. Smoke will come in. They're fully back and off now, so as expected, not too much presence in from ATOX, clean from Westmelon. Worrying look if Lynn Vision are able to hit shots like that, honestly.
Yep. Now Cabal, yeah, they've left mid a little bit less open. Westmelon going to be just reloading and coming back. Gets both of them. Very simple, very clean. And actually, flawless round in the money now for Lynn Vision is starting to build up here, especially if ATOX are going to have these rounds where, yes, it was just with pistols, but they don't find anything, a little bit of damage here. But yeah, Westmelon and Amelia on mid have been so key because it's meant that any time that they try to rotate, they've just been unable to. They have to go around the world, or they just stay where they are. They sort of fight, flight, or freeze, and freeze is where they seem to be headed. Nuke though. Nuke's got the AWP out. I liked what I saw last match.
Yeah, true. So did I. I think could be another good showing from him. We'll see. He's kind of putting everybody else to shame on this ATOX side, it feels like. Which is somewhat surprising, but also when you're in this kind of a game, you just play free and do what you want. You can be very hard to pin down, very unpredictable.
Yeah.
So whether it remains for a second map once Lynn Vision have had a taste of how he kind of plays things, that's the big question here.
Westmelon has been such a thorn in their side this whole time. The spam as well. Gets off a little bit of damage. Ooh, the drop down, that's going to have been heard. Molotov to try force him back, but he's already gone and gone with the wind. Tension back towards mid, and actually they have sort of vacated a little bit. They've got Amelia listening from Donut. Zaka. Nice HE. A little bit of damage.
Flashes in. Donut. Crunch coming round. This could be very messy. Yeah, two CTs ready to go and just absolutely mowing them down. Cabal left all alone as he was, you know, the lone player moving in through A main, but the donut move does not find any success at all. It looked like Lynn Vision were very ready for that one, and indeed, they will mow them down. Not a chance for ATOX.
Luckily for Cabal, nobody really looking to push it too much. Don't go mid. Don't do it. Hide, save your weapon. It's not worth whatever single kill you might be able to find here. It has been awarded the grace of being able to keep the AK. And yeah, Lynn Vision, I think that's now back-to-back flawless rounds. Looking so clean from them as well. They go for this little bit of early aggression. They're getting these opening picks. Westmelon as well, just holding down Donuts. Just the back and forth, managing to get all the kills. And honestly, even when being overwhelmed by 3 players, manages to find all 3. They've got an isolated fight, but they're drip feeding the kills. Early, fairly shallow smoke there, but Fufu's still just going to jump on into Donut. Has the backup of Amelia further away. Mid control once again on lockdown. Actually, they feel the need to just bolster B. They hear this utility. Move on over. Nothing over on A. Why not reinforce this, stack this up a little bit, just in case. And Westmelon going to jump back on the box here and continue to be a menace to society.
He loves that spot.
Yep.
He might get to use it once again as well. Ooh. Flying has found the first frag. Wide swing from him. Amelia just trying to bait them in. Does so, all successfully in theory, but the shots are landed here by the T side. They have just squeezed out those frags. All by the skin of their teeth, but I think with the 3-man setup and the bait and switch, Lynn Vision were feeling pretty good about themselves. Rotations are going to be late. Zaka on the AWP as well. Never really ideal for a retake. Nick turning away from the flash that never came. It's a bit of another bait coming in as well. Really well played on the utility here, and Afufu's found 2 big ones. Cabal tries to get in. Zaka finds him through the smoke, knew what was up, and Lynn Vision just can't stop winning.
Effortlessly. That fake out with the flash as well. Because he can hear the utility coming. Keeps dodging, and when the flash does come, he's unfortunately already turning back from looking away. Gets caught fully out by it. But just stellar retake here as well. And yeah, masterclass. This is a very different Lynn Vision to what we saw finishing off Vertigo. And I like it. I like it a lot more. It means that ATOX, even though they have the weapons consistently, they've not really had much util to be able to break this fortress, to flush out the likes, Westmelon towards mid and then Donut. It's also nice that we see them switching up the positions a little bit. What happened last time, they had a little bit of an issue where they had players already bolstered up ramp, and so the attention trying to back up Westmelon in cave was divided a bit more, gave them the opening and the weakness to break the chain there a bit. This time, changing it up a bit, moving the positions around, not going to let ATOX feel that they have been conditioned.
Zaka trained in and ready to go. Amelia with the big play. Oh my. Smoke breaks off and goes south. Picks up 2, but very quickly back into the 3 versus 3 here. Crazy shot there in the donut. And splitting the difference. Fufu can't get it done. ATOX, kind of wild, They went in from the mid and it felt like enough had been done. However, the numbers end up kinda working in their favor. What is going on though? Nuke on that bomb is so far away. Gotta make a decision. Trying to locate the second player here ultimately, and well, they will, but it's the business end of an M4 to do it. It's all on Nuke in the 1v2.
Might be able to hear the footsteps, because they're not exactly being too quiet here. He has the bomb. Might be able to get the jump on Westmelon, but there's an immediate answer, and Westmelon, the adjustment on the aim, immaculate. And every time that Lynn Vision looks like they struggle, that they lose that opening fight, they're disadvantaged, they come together. The cohesion that I think was missing on Vertigo at times just looks so much better here as well. Playing off of one another in these almost couplets nicely. And ATOX, they're having really good early games. It starts to slip a little bit further into the round here. Mick has decided to buy themselves a hero AK. This is going to need to do a lot of the heavy lifting. That was looking to be a nice HE. Didn't quite go deep enough, however. Maybe not too bothered, because that one will.
Oh, Westmelon, so blind. ATOX with the pace switch up have made it work here. Really impressive stuff to just burst in towards the B-bomb site. Lynn Vision, no choice but to save, in all fairness, despite, where the money is at. It would just be futile to go for this. ATOX, finally, though, a change up from them. I think they started this half too slow. Allowed Lynn Vision to get in. Allowed them to build up the all-important momentum, which I think Ancient CT side really does lean into. It's maybe an overplayed kind of punditry line, let's say, but really, really solid round coming in from ATOX. They know where Zach is at now. Maybe going to try and deny him this orb save.
They could try, but he's been looking really good there. They do know where he is, and they've got Cabal just watching the exit. Flashbang's good. Don't think they quite have time to run him on down. Oh, in the last second. We'll be able to hold on to that orb. Actually bolsters the stats a little bit with that at the end. But yeah, ATOX, it's been the rounds where they've had this really crazy pace because they've been struggling to get the bomb down as well. That's also been the issue, is that a lot of these rounds, even if they do kind of get a foot on the bomb site, Lynn Vision already ready and waiting for the retake. And the rounds that they have been able to get the bomb down have been these super quick, catch them off guard early. You know, overwhelm the players that have been sort of consistently playing in the same sort of areas with these heavy flashes.
Trade to get into the bomb site. Lynn Vision don't really have much of a defense going here on B, and ATOX have, you know, it's not a super deep read, but they've got a nice idea of, like, let's just repeat what we did in the previous round. They won't expect it. 2 in a row. A little on top of each other. Kind of messy over here. Amelia will abuse that, but doesn't expect 2 to be on default, you know, right on top of each other. It is somewhat fair enough. Now, this save feels much more important. Yes, they're close to the action, but if these guys don't manage to save, they won't have a bye in the next round. ATOX, out of nowhere, have found the energy, and with it, success has come.
Lynn Vision, it felt like a couple of moments there that overconfidence started to seep in, that they saw that there was this aggressive play, and they decided to throw their own energy back at it. But you see, Westmelon runs out of Cheetah there and gets immediately decimated, just really aggressive peek, finds nothing but maybe, I guess, information that there's a lot of people there. We see people running through Molotovs, taking extensive damage, and then just essentially having no HP to contest the rest of the round. So, Lynn Vision, they see the aggression, they see the fire, they try match it. It doesn't work particularly well for them. And maybe, just going back to what worked for them at the start, they're heavier towards mid.
Possible. No way ATOX are doing it again.
Nope.
They're still angling on a B hit, though. Oh, the boost is here. Surely spotted. Flying, got to be careful. Oh, it's Westmelon that goes in. They are looking to burst through. Oh, Westmelon doing well to stay alive. Does get spammed down eventually, but numbers, kills solid from him there. And obviously going to buy an awful lot of time. They've had to pick the bomb back up. Yami in and out like a ghost. Flying can't quite take him down. Big damage done. Zaka with the banger. Is that through? Yeah, it's got to be all the way through to lane. That's kind of insane. Just... Yep, it absolutely is. Oh my goodness. Okay, well, crashing back down here for ATOX, unfortunately. 3 B rushes in a row, not gonna work. Nuke will be the final one to fall. That's 9-3. At the turn of the half, Lynn Vision looking pretty damn good. You would assume that they are able to take things over the line in this second half. So the third map on the horizon, unless ATOX's CT side can turn it around. We will catch you in a few.
9-3 is where we left, and it's where we're going to pick back up as well. Lynn Vision Gaming looking so much hotter this map. The warming up finally coming to fruition in ATOX. This pistol round, they're really going to need it. The Julies are out, and they're going to have to find the impact. Lynn Vision Gaming, super hyper-aggressive plays over on their T side. Now, maybe hanging fire a little bit. This opening fight going to be everything.
2 sets of Julies surely have to find success from here. You would say that's not what I expected. The setup was there. The read was there. They just could not make it work. And it does feel, again, ATOX playing very, very nervy, man. Not fully committing into a lot of these fights. That's sort of wild to get the spam kill through the smoke, I can't lie. Doesn't often happen with the USPs. I don't know, man. We'll see. This retake has started slowly, picking up the pace. They don't have that kit available. Lynn Vision playing so far away from the bomb right now. They've got a Molotov to buy them some decent time. Tap onto the bomb, but it is indeed dealt with. They thought that cave would be open. Lynn Vision have played it so well here, though, I have to be honest. Yeah, really clean from them just positionally to make that round so easy.
Yeah, flying there, deciding to bury so far back into the cave there, that the fact that they have a little bit of a look, they don't see anything, but they don't expect anybody to be so far back. They kind of assume maybe empty, and that is ultimately an issue, because of course, go to tap the defuse, not going to happen, peeks on out. In fact, isn't even quiet about it, just runs back through the cave. And statement pistol round victory for them, ATOX. It's going to be the likes of the Deagles, and this is a rough start. CT economy is so punishing, even with the round wins. And now they head over towards an A site, and the gamble, that is the issue. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, and the house always wins. And Lynn Vision currently in charge of this map.
Yeah, feels that way. I think this one is going 3. You know, it would be absolutely wild. ATOX using some of their magic on the previous map to, you know, take it over the line, deny the overtime, etc. And then we have that Nuke third coming in just a few rounds, one would assume, if ATOX can pick themselves up and gain some ground here on that CT side in particular. You know, Nuke loves a good CT side.
Yeah.
But at the moment, we're just talking about consolations, right? It is not a hop, skip, and a jump to assume that this one will be going to.
Yeah, I think it's a fair assumption. The fact that Mick goes down to the bomb there as well hurts a little bit. I can't remember. Did Mick have one of the upgraded pistols? I'm not fully sure. It's going to be a buy either way for them this round. Maybe missing quite a bit of utility on a map like Ancient. You know, sometimes you want to prioritize, maybe give someone an MP9 and bolster the util and have them sit in cave. It's a bold choice to go with the all rifles and, you know, 3 smokes, 2 flashes between you, and some of that already being expended very early on to try to take this mid control. Smoke in exchange is going to lock Yami out, isn't too confident to push on through it, so actually mid is no man's land. Instead, they pour out A.
Flying in, trying to make it work, and, well, the defense from ATOX is pretty solid. Lynn Vision, incredibly cheeky to think you can get away with that. They will be punished. They will be shown who's boss, at least in this round. Pretty clean stuff, and if that is the way to start your comeback, it's quite a good pushing off point here for ATOX.
Yeah, so, nice springboard.
Yeah, definitely, and I think no bomb plant from Lynn Vision really does make the difference. They will buy here, but you know, look, man, when you look at it in terms of, like, percentages, in terms of what you actually need, we're looking at 4 solid rifle rounds from ATOX, I think, and you really start to threaten the lead at the very least. It all depends on what happens with, you know, bomb plants and stuff like this to keep that T economy going, but 4, let's say 5 if we're being conservative with a small C, and I think that, yeah, it could get very, very interesting beyond that point. Yami will find the first in this round as well.
Saka just going to slip the net there, push on through the smoking donut. The HE is going to part the smoke. I'm not going to see him yet, so he is somehow managed to work his way all the way through the map. Knife through hot butter as he hits all the way through spawn. Actually ready for this fight well. Not going to win it. That would have been a nice one to pick up. Now 2v3 left, and these two players very far apart here. Slowly trying to group back up. The timings here, they're just missing each other time and time again.
Oh. Fight going down in towards A main. Will go the way of the CT side. So that kind of confirms it for me. They've also got bomb control with that one as well. So there's only a few more areas to check before they can start to assume where Westmelon is at. Elbow being one, sort of outside A main being the other, but I think they'll start to become savvy that he's got to be on this B side of the map, as it were. Not a lot of time. Looks like he's ultimately just going to concede this one and save his AK.
Yep. Solid move, right move. The rest of the team's not going to have a whole lot, even with the lost bonus starting to rack up here. And it's been nice from ATOX, keeping these weapons alive, especially the likes of Nuke is going to be able to pass on over, maybe be able to get that AWP online sooner rather than later. And on Ancient, you can control mid with that, then suddenly Lynn Vision's main selling point starts to get a little bit weary, because they like to hit this mid, they like to control the routes through the map. You get Nuke on that, you get Nuke position there, suddenly you push them towards the extraneous parts of the map, where they've not found as much success. And this round in Vision Gaming, maybe we'll see, likes of Zaka buying up, upgrading the pistol, maybe? Probably not. No, they want to be really frugal with this one. Running around, Cabal, straight down. Not even hiding in Donut there.
Yeah, flying in, looking for the fights and just trying to, again, get that confident posturing. Of course, no one around. They're headed towards B. Just trying to contact in. Westmelon leading the charge on the AK. Love to see this. Good energy from him. Yummy. Caught. Ooh, it's messy. Mick does well to find two and keep them in contention. Westmelon doing a really good job so far on this AK. Taking over the round, getting the numbers in favor of Lynn Vision, and now there's a retrieval of weaponry, of utility that will make life difficult for the rest of the team. A break of the smoke, it is risky, and they will manage to win it out. Goodness me, ATOX, that is very, very messy indeed, and just really not helping themselves. You know, the sight smoke came in, not respecting the idea of the contact there at all, and just dropping the ball massively.
Yep. And that means that they go into what is potentially the final round of this map with a Nova, it would seem. 2 MP9s, a pistol, and... Oh, no, there we go. Back with the AWP. Looked a bit funky for a second. Cabal. Oh, he wants to take this early fight, running through the smoke. Actually manages to catch Amelia with utility out, but gun pulled out in time. That's the early pick given away already and on such a crucial round.
Yeah. Difficult here for ATOX. I think, I don't know how you really recover from a situation like the previous round, to be honest with you. So, got to be hammered in. Got to be hammered in. Yami will manage to find a follow of the Tracers. So, at least evening things back up. Lynn Vision, though, they kind of know that ATOX have got to make a play. The onus on them. Zaka ready on the AWP. That's kind of messy from him, to be fair. Left on 2 HP. Can't quite get it done. Yami jumps over the bullet. That's the bomb contained now by ATOX.
And double AWPs to try secure themselves another round. It seems to be working as well. Issue is that, so far away here is Nuka. So you win out the fight here, Amelia. Potentially you can get the bomb down B, but the issue is you've got to retrieve it. You've only got 30 seconds and you don't know where anyone now is. And got an idea. Important fight coming up. But nope, ATOX somehow lived to fight another day after a really messy start.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. It's getting a bit wild here. It's getting a bit wild. I think both teams are kind of an acknowledgement that it's like, okay, it's going to a third map, but, I can't just be seen to run around...
To give up, yeah.
...and not care. Lynn Vision at the same time taking their foot off the gas ever so slightly, money getting away from them again. Westmelon's like, yo, I'm going to do what I did again. He's on the hero AK here. So we'll see if he has the same kind of success. Contact B. Probably won't get away with that, but... be something creative here happening. Smoke is not ideal. Pete comes in. Melon wins the first fight nice and clean. So, AK revealed, but he's taken a name with him, and I do have flashbacks here.
They do. They're all piling through mid as well. Don't disrespect the smoke. This is what caused you so many lost rounds. And Mick just out in the open, actually managing to fight, runs out of bullets. How does he get the third there, Scriv?
I don't know. I'm like head in hands. I just am so perplexed by what I'm seeing. They've planted the bomb on B, by the way. Like, it's just all over right now.
There's a kit available, but the issue is it's on Nuke, who's about to run into both of these players.
Yeah, and the AWP against these pistols, obviously they're not really all that bothered. Finds the first. Now on to Zaka. Trying to get good timing. 5-7 out to seal the deal, so... We're all good. Nuka's playing regular Counter-Strike. They absolutely needed him, by the way, because a 10-second timer goes, and he's just about able to get in. A second in it, maybe. So very, very, very close, considering they were just up against the one hero AK. ATOX, though, a bit of luck on their side. They get the wild round, and maybe that'll give them a boost it.
It's what is with these comeback games at the moment? So this is so messy in mid. The fact that he gets away with the 1v3, actually runs out of bullets, pulls out the sidearm, and then still gets the kill there. Like, the flash was good, but the fact that nobody was able to duck under cover and still get the kill is messy, and that's a huge faux pas, because that could have been them straight away into Nuke, maybe a little tiny bit more energy conserved for that final push and that final map, but timeout being called, and I think absolutely necessary here, because there's some conversations to be had about what's going wrong and why they're letting these multi-kills happen, and how the trades aren't really coming through in situations where they should be, and how ATOX is getting away with complete daylight robbery here. So, looking good, really. And Lynn Vision, if this keeps going, it's already looking like a much more redeemable map. And I'm still convinced Lynn Vision, they need 1 of 5. That's all they need here. But I'm worried that this is like a little bit of a slippery mental slope here. Is that they were looking so good, you lose 1 round, and then suddenly, you know, you're very eager to try close this out. And then suddenly that over-eagerness, over-zealousness lends to, you know, ATOX now closing up that gap, 3 more rounds. So big timeout, big talk here, reset, come into this. They should have a very nice buy here. I don't think they'll be able to put Zaka on the AWP, unless they go really wild and just go glass tank. Which I don't think they can they? No, I don't think they can.
Not quite.
Not quite. 100 quid in it.
Yeah, indeed. I think they are showing some respect across. I also think that we're maybe edging into more of a technical
it's been quite a
issue
long
at this
one,
point. So, you know, I'm sure some talk of the game, but obviously something going down. A little bit mental, though. I've been around the block a few times, Affinity, and I think it is quite coincidental. You lose the wacky round, and then you have a technical issue. Now into the tactical as the timer is sort of edging down.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, I've had a couple. We had a technical call yesterday because a player needed to go to the toilet.
Yeah, that's kind of a classic.
That happens.
Listen, man. It
happens.
I'll let you in on a little secret.
Trade
secret.
Okay.
What you got to do in your games, you just put TS issues, and then ultimately the admin can't argue with that too much. And it does happen. Sometimes it's going to be genuine, but you know, players, they get like food ordered. It's quite late over there at the moment. You know, they do indeed have to go to the bathroom. That's fair enough. You know, you jump into a game, you're on your computer already. It's a bit different than, right, you're going on stage in 10 minutes. Make sure you use the bathroom. There will be no toilet breaks. So on and so on. So I definitely sympathize. But there are a few ways that you can, you know, just kind of get the admin to agree with you. And it's like a gentleman's agreement. They all kind of do it anyway. So I don't think anyone's going to complain.
You know?
Yes, exactly. As long as you are reasonable. We are all human after all.
Exactly. It should be going back into game. The one that I've seen a bunch in most of the ECA games is when you're in a really troll BM important round and they call like all of their tactical timeouts just to drive home the point. That's little bit of a brutal one. But yeah, 20th round. This game going a lot further. Mick really wants this early fight. That Molotov, ooh, just at his toes, but it's not gonna spread. And Flying might get caught unaware here. Somebody closer than he expects.
Oh my goodness. Mowed down completely here. ATOX potentially turning things on its head. If only, I have to say, they hadn't lost that silly round to the contact, we'd really be onto something right now. Westmelon, the problem, is still alive, still kicking. Flash comes in, Yami unfettered. It's a keen shot from Zachary, gets traded instantly. Westmelon trying to make something happen here. They know about him now. 1 versus 2. Close, very close, but the 5-7 still finds him. 4 more rounds to go here for ATOX in a breathing room.
Going again, we're going again. It's rough, and now the money situation for Lynn Vision is something that has to be talked about, because they're not going to be able to afford full buys every round. Yes, they can keep forcing it, but they're going to be lacking on utility or weaponry, so this time they are just going to have to eco here, try come into another round stronger. And you know, we thought this was done and dusted, and it's just a couple of silly mistakes. Now ATOX are feeling the game here. But again, we talked about it, these pistols, they can work magic. HE to part the smoke isn't going to spot Westmelon, but the flash. Ooh.
Oh, Cabal knew something was coming, and he is indeed ready for it. So ATOX looking to not drop any more of these weird rounds, I suppose, and giving Lynn Vision full respect. They're starting to themselves get ahead of things as they push smokes and move aggressively.
This site is on lockdown, yeah.
This looks kind of scary from here, I would say. We'll see. I don't know. The pistols, they want to just burst out and catch someone off guard.
That smoke on ramp is doing huge numbers for the fact they can just divide their attention elsewhere now. Utility, so much still to go as well. They can just keep expending this, because they've not seen anything over towards A. They keep throwing the smokes out, but here comes the fight.
Oh, nice trade-off by Flying. Cabal and Flynn just set up and ready. I think they'll be happy to take any kind of kill there.
Yeah.
Nothing too scary. This is the big one. I think if ATOX can get this and, you know, Flea deny Lynn Vision any chance of the round, like a super dominant one, then I really do start to worry, and I do start to think that overtime will be just around the corner.
The double AWP here coming out from ATOX, because this isn't something that they usually do. This is not something we see particularly often. Ancient as a map can do it. It's a little bit rarer. The fact that they're pulling this out now, a complete change of what they've been doing to try catch Lynn Vision off guard, keep them on their toes. And Flynn hyper aggressive over towards here. Westmoreland's going to be careful now because he hears someone up close. Patience, though, it's a virtue.
It is true. Oh, big one from Flynn. Gets the re-smoke down as well, so a fantastic position for the CT side to be in. A question of what they can do with this now. Lynn Vision just looking to continue through the motions, right? Continue their game plan.
Actually, that Molotov forces the fight. Luckily, Yami can hide behind the smoke there. Just gotta be careful to dodge any potential stray bullets that come their way. They're still gearing up for this B hit. ATOX, they haven't moved anybody on over yet. Mick really needs to find this pick to keep back the flood.
Oh, Mick. Burning a little. Not nice. Not a great position for him to be in. Flash comes round, forces him out. Big damage done. Kill eventually in, but it just looks really good here for ATOX, honestly. Mick's done well on the AWP. Looking for another. Knows there's someone around that corner. Unfortunately, can't quite line things up, but it looks absolutely fine. Flynn's got 3 in the end. Double digits for ATOX. 2 more to go. Denying the bomb plant. That is exactly the parameters that I wanted. So, really starting to believe for the extension of this game.
Yeah, this is certainly a comeback. And now, Eco likely come on out. Couple of Tech 9s to be seen. But this is really going to be a fight for the final round of regulation here. And Lynn Vision, we've seen some crazy eco rounds, mostly on the side of ATOX. That's how they got themselves into this position. A messy round that they weren't really expected to win, and now they need to pull something similar out of the bag. Westmelon damage taken, trying to force their way into this fight. Not really being given anything. They're not gonna take these fights head on. They're gonna sit back and make them play into them. These smokes just locking them out, making them wait and making them reevaluate their plan here.
Lynn Vision will be looking for substantial damage. Need to kind of scare ATOX a little bit. Again, if ATOX are able to just keep the quick rounds coming, it's not a great sign for the Chinese contingent. Slow roll forwards, flying on the entry, and, well, will be required as teammates have gone down in the middle. Zaka and Westmelon, couple kills back. They gain control of the site. Bomb going down, and there's guns strewn all over the floor. Nice damage from Cabal. He knows, though, he absolutely cannot go down here. His teammates doing the good work. All onto Westmelon, 25 HP, 3 to get through. They know exactly where he's at. Surely not. Tap onto the bomb, forces his hand. Also, a bit of nadage in the way. He will manage to find one on the spam. Just have to be careful not to panic here. The spam this time around not quite going to land. And, oh, it's 5-7 through the smoke to take him down. Still a bit close, but they're happy for the rounds.
What are we witnessing here? This is a wild round here, and yeah, we're now final round of regulation. Pause coming through again. Another issue potentially, because we don't see the tactical being called here. ATOX maybe not best pleased, because I'm sure they want to keep this momentum going, and it's a quick one, very quick, only a couple of seconds we see the match pause for. Everything they could ever want, Lynn Vision, it has to be now. Tactical coming on through, second being used, and weapons strewn all over the ground. ATOX, they're going with this double orb again. Yielded them results last round. Got a little bit messy, because of course once Lynn Vision get onto the site, suddenly those orbs have a much harder time, especially now that Lynn Vision's going to have the utility, and as long as they save enough for that post plant, they can just lock out these sight lines, and you know, you've got no HEs to blow open the smoke, then suddenly you have to wait them out. The orbs not exactly the best at retaking space, retaking sites, so risky move. And it is going to be the play to just deny them even getting onto the site here is hopefully the plan.
Okay, here we go. Lynn Vision to deny the overtime. Go to that third map. You have to bear in mind their life in this series is ultimately on the line with this map.
Yeah.
Oh, great start. Really great start. Massive damage coming in.
The HE, the spam, it comes together so nicely. Cabal flashed off the angle. Gives them a little bit of time to work with, but the re-smoke just keeps them out here of Cheetah.
Flynn kind of playing with fire. Does have to be careful. They'll hear that he's, you know, low ammunition. No one around to try and go in for that punish, to be fair. Minute and 10 left on the clock here. What is the move? What is the play? Lynn Vision do look stuck. I'm not going to lie. They've managed to maybe sneak Amelia in. It all depends on that timing.
Does, and they've still got Flynn waiting for it. The issue is going to be the attention called across, and Yami probably going to have to pick up the mentor here for holding off anybody coming through mid, because suddenly all attention is there on site. Spam through the smoke. They should be able to get this blood down uncontested.
Just about. What is going on? No one died yet in, you know, the most important round of the game. Amelia will sort of silence that thought, takes one, backs off, and Lynn Vision again showing their prowess. ATOX also looking a little stuck. Amelia running absolute rampant in towards middle. And ATOX, after such a good showing to run it back, Lynn Vision have pulled out one of the sneaky rounds, one of their pocket rounds. They didn't want to have to use it, but you forced their hand. And Lynn Vision will, at the very final hurdle, take it over the line and deny that overtime. We're going to a third here.
We are, and I think only worthy after a comeback like that we get to see Nuke, a map that both of these teams do actually enjoy playing, so I'm excited to see, and I feel bad for ATOX coming back like that as well, just to lose it. You know, last time these two teams battled each other was on Nuke. It was the first map up, and it went 13-10. So I have no doubt we're going to see yet another map going the full distance here. And honestly, I think Nuke is a really great map to sort of finish this out on. It's a map that both of these teams play a little bit more. ATOX, they've got really good showings on it as well. I think it's a 71% win rate on officials. So high hopes, and hopefully a redemption to that 1 round away from overtime. And whichever team kicks this off seems to start to run away with themselves. Fufu with the Julies up close and personal to start it off.
Oh my goodness, not wasting any time getting into the action here. Amelia on those Julies though, looking solid. Takes a couple. Okay, trades are back, but it's the initial numbers that have allowed Lynn Vision to stay in control of this one. Nuke are not really sure where to look. Seems to think there is a player in and around that outside area. He's waiting patiently for the peaks to come his way. It's not going to be the case, though. And as I say, completely sideways read. Heard a ghost at the very least. Does spot one towards heaven. He knew about that, but, you know, the second player is a little harder to pin down.
Yeah, that bomb is also in a really uncomfortable location, and they've not heard anything from outside. They've got Westman having a little bit of a look here. They've got to worry about Mini, but this fight's going to be difficult to isolate. Spots one up in heaven. Reloads, just keep going, hoping that someone's going to award him that opening frag. I don't think either of them are going to be particularly willing to let it go, though.
Yeah, really dragging this one out for sure. And there you go. He commits in as he had to. They've played it very, very well. Full respect. Something that, you know, you and I talked about in between maps where it felt like there was maybe a lack of that from Lynn Vision. So, starting off on a good foot there, I would argue, and not letting that 1v2 get messy.
No, lovely positioning, playing off of each other very nicely, or at least getting ready to do so. This round, ATOX, no bomb plant, not much really to be found, so they are going to force up very heavily, and for them, this is going to be a full-out investment, other than the likes of Cabal, who has an HE. So clearly a plan in mind here. Flying wants to take this space early, pushing up, hoping that no one's going to run ramp, as is very common on these ecos. Amelia getting quite aggressive themselves. So much information just by being posted up here.
Bit of quiet spam to kick things off. ATOX.
Like the boost.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a point of contention as well. Zaka playing on the crack, just trying to, you know, draw them in. He'll drop the molly, make it look like he's on his own with his defensive play. Flying, of course, is up top for only 2. Zaka doesn't find anything. So that's the big difference here. They've managed to gain some space and might just get this bomb down.
Westmelon is already there. He's going to take a little bit of damage. Is spotted as well. But the thing is, these doors are closed. Going to be blowing them open. Try and stop that plant go down. But the smoke on the window, they've just not got any line of sight now into the B. Just have to wait this one out a little bit.
A little strange. Definitely a little strange. Tap on the bomb. Again, waiting things out, as they are not confident to go for the bomb plant. Actually bailing? I'm going to try and go A. It's a wild call. It's a very wild call here from ATOX. They've lost manpower in the interim. Of course, going to have to fend off against the players coming up vent. Even getting the plant, I don't think is necessarily going to happen, and they will indeed get mowed down. So, sort of a wild move. Again, ATOX, I think you just have to commit to the B play there and try and risk that plant rather than whatever the hell that was.
I was very confused because they smoked double doors after they got blown off. They had window to control room smoked off as well. The single door hadn't been opened, and they had enough people to watch ramp. But the bomb just never went down, even though they had the whole of the site and everything covered to be able to do so. So I think the bomb just waiting to go down there and trying to tap and bait people out with it instead of just planting it, maybe a bit of a mistake. And now they are just going to be on pistols because of it. Nice little fight and damage there, but Amelia wins it on out.
Oh,
okay.
clean from Amelia. Lynn and Cabal, the only two that remain here on the Deagles. Nice pickup from Cabal. Getting that bomb out of here, though. That's going to be really, really tough. Nade does a lot of damage and should be all good. Again, Lynn Vision trying to just play a really safe game here.
Sort of no escape, is there?
Yeah, Nuke is just their bread and butter, though. I think they're trying to put the pressure on ATOX massively and really just show them who's boss with this one.
Third round in a row, dispatching of the pistols. This is going to be the nice big flashy one as well. Full guns out. I say for everyone, still going to be those saved over MP9s. They've just not been having to rebuy any of these weapons. Amelia as well. In all of these maps, has been having these really impactful multi-kills as well. Left alone to some extent just to deal with it. Has backup near enough by, but looking good already. And now this round, ATOX, they've got the utility, they've got the weaponry. Mix in a little bit of a rough spot with Tech 9. Blowing off the doors early to get some lines of sight in. They're not going to be able to see quite into trophy rooms, so Flying's having to be a little bit wary. All limbs of the map on lockdown. The smoke's coming out. Amelia's going to try get ahead of them. HE to part. It might catch somebody crossing. It's not quite deep enough, though. That one is. But no one's yet moved.
It's good from ATOX. Keep up the slow pace. Oh, no. But there it is. They are savvy on this Lynn Vision side. I was going to say maybe enough spam, enough attention given to the cross that they would be like, okay, maybe they're not going down. Maybe we turn our attention elsewhere, but it's well read by Lynn Vision. Still looks pretty decent here. Flying in a good spot. Solid for one. Westmelon. Oh, my. It's messy here. It's very messy. What's going on? We're stuck in the vent. Oh, God. ATOX all over each other. Trying desperately to get a bomb plant here. It is going to be denied by not quite a Fufu, but somebody else, surely. Val does well to find the double there, but there's just too many for him to get through.
What a weird round. So many timings where they just caught the edge, but then maybe too hesitant to fully throw themselves at getting the kill. But yeah, getting stuck in vent, that's unfortunate because it gives you a little less time to get out of the vent and onto site and safety. But these HE grenades have been something else here. Like, the first one doesn't go deep enough, but the second and third, just no cover at all to get down secret. And then you're left hobbling in terms of numbers. Now back on the Tech 9's ATOX. Having a rough time financially here. Talk about a cost of living crisis for them. Flying, once again, posted up on this angle. Has been diligently making sure no one heads down ramp, so gonna buy themselves a little bit of time. There's no utility other than a flash here to really get them through this.
Flying. Ooh, rough. Very scary here, gotta be careful. Flash down to try and stay alive, but he's gonna have to fight his way out of this one. Need some support, potentially. Westmelon is here, and they do well to hold it down. Cabal's picked off one. Mick is in behind. But no bomb, no hope. In Vision. Early rounds, but looking very, very good here. Mick, like, what the hell is he doing here? Kind of energy. Could still get the catch, but actually no. Amelia, lucky to back off and get round the corner at the right moment and whatnot. Will find the kill, and it's nearly flawless. This is looking really good.
Yeah, it's a strong start from Lynn Vision. And the more and more we look at it, the more and more I agree with you that Vertigo was just a matter of maybe not being warmed up sometimes. But been looking snazzy ever since. Amelia, as you said, corner there. Any closer round could have been a very different situation. The timings have been screwing ATOX over time and time again here. Back on the weapons. This would be a really nice one for them to finally put a round on the board, because otherwise Lynn Vision, even at the half, and then everything else is just a bonus. Ooh. Missed opening pick is going to cause some chaos. Westmelon is going to be able to trade not too soon after, though.
Maybe Westmelon wants the AWP. He's thinking about it. Not going to go for it. Amelia outside. Been doing a great job thus far. Looking to continue that, but can't find those cheeky headshots quite yet. There comes the clean fight. Westmelon covering his man. Will secure the round for my money. Nuke and Cabal split. with very little to work with here.
Even less now. Cabal looked like he wanted to have a little bit of a look there, but the smoke is just going to knock them out of this. There is still time if they want to head over towards ramp, potentially contest that. But again, it's all just having to retake this map control. No idea how far Lynn Vision will have pushed up, or alternatively, just hold on to these weapons, because you're not going to be able to rebuy that AWP. I think they are looking to push slightly further out.
It feels to me it might start to become a save here.
Yeah.
I think what they're doing is... Oh, okay, I was going to say, waiting for some aggression to come their way. Cabal oversteps and loses his head.
Yeah,
it felt like there was maybe something going there.
Send Cabal out, have a little bit of a look, and if you could find a pick, maybe pursue it. But Nuke staying so far back, it was very tentative at best. Should be able to hold on to this weapon. No one's anywhere nearby, and Envision, they continue a flawless streak here. And Yami struggling a little bit here on the frags on some of these players. Nuke, yeah, has the AWP and has been incredibly quick with it, but just not being in a position to use it at any points, really. By the time that he's in a position to take a fight, half of his team's gone. There's nothing to support him. And in this round, there's not going to be much weaponry to support him either. Invested heavily on the util, however. Maybe taking a little bit of outside control and try get themselves down secret.
Potentially, I mean, there's so many mix-ups you can do on this map with the outside execute, which is something that ATOX have got in the back pocket. We see so many teams actually at this kind of level just sort of forget that it exists, you know, and very rarely go for it. They've gone super heavy in this round, smokes everywhere. Again, just a bit too ready for it on the Lynn Vision side of things. The flawless run is set to continue here unless the techs can take over. And Flynn nearly makes it happen. Unfortunately, too much damage done. Nuke on the contact or misses the shot and will go down. 7 in a row now for Lynn Vision.
Masterclass, and yeah, we could talk about how it is a CT-sided map. I'm sure somebody's probably already pointed it out, but also 7 in a row. That's already an amazing half, regardless. And then you still have 5 rounds to keep this up, and you've kept their economy really humble. Your own economy is looking amazing. So even if they start losing a couple of rounds, it's not even like ATOX is going to be awarded a slightly freer round where they're going to be on the Tech 9s and pistols themselves. No, it's going to continue to be flat out. And every other round that they can get on top of this in almost the flawless manner that they have been, it just makes Lynn Vision that much stronger continuing on and in the long run here. They're playing slightly further out to start this. Trying to find anybody crossing. They've been very patient knowing how they got a bit damaged last time, but they take on down the outside player and suddenly they can feel a bit more confident in pursuing this.
Foo. Oh, shadow spotted. There are the toes. He can't quite capitalise. Another one. So he's getting good information here. Oh, the flash. It's too good. He can't turn back in time. Westmelon very ready for this, but he is getting pushed from all sides, flying, unable to assist. And may well see ATOX find their first round. I think with only 2 remaining, Lynn Vision can't really give us anything here. Yes, they've got loads of money, but probably the best idea to save.
Yeah, fruitless endeavour to try go for this, and especially with flying gone now, it's just Zaka. Might as well just save the money for the AWP. It's the first. Trying to put a smoke to clear a little bit of distance, I say. Actually picking up the AK, there's a clear intent to go for a little bit more here. If only just a couple of kills. Sneak around, he's going to catch. Player there, just the gun barrel sticking out. There's not time to go for the defuse, but can really make this expensive for them. Unfortunately not, that's going to be it. But still, good final stand there, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, taking away as many guns as possible, right? It's going to be important here if you can immediately flatten ATOX. What's the difference between a 12-0 and an 11-1? Aside from the obvious. I think it's not going to really have too much of an effect. So, yeah. Every bit of damage you can do before they build up a bank is so important.
Massively, so massively. And back we go. Back to business as usual for Lynn Vision, hopefully. allowing maybe a bit of a speed bump there. Amelia straight back outside. Not been met with any smokes yet, and that's going to be information of its own. And now suddenly flying. It's been quiet on ramp for him, and alas, now it's not. Ooh.
Nick is in a good spot. I do like it. If I'm going to go down. Oh, the Lynn Vision. It feels like they're here pretty quickly. That's a failed attempt on the smoke, unfortunately. Not feeling confident with their B retake here. And decision kind of made for them, really. They're going to take the remaining 3 and try and get out. Yes, again, money is still okay, but it so quickly disappears on the CT side, man. They know that. They're going to, again, respect across. Same sort of argument. 10-2 is also a really nice half, so they'll look to fight another day, as it were. If it gets a little deeper than this, though, if ATOX win the next, I think potentially take a timeout.
Yeah, massively, because we saw this on the last map, is that ATOX found one round in the midst of all of it, and that is what spiraled it to come back and to finish all of regulation. We finished 13-11 on both of our first maps, and it's those moments where Lynn Vision, they let a round slip, they let a round go, and suddenly momentum's broken, and ATOX, they see this as a weakness. They see that Lynn Vision was so desperate to get back onto track, and that's when mistakes start to come in. ATOX, they may not have had the most comprehensive, cohesive start, but they've been really good at finding the flaws and then continuing to exploit the weaknesses where they come up. So Lynn Vision, I think definitely lose this round. You need to have a talk because your money's starting to run dry. Amelia outside again. Little support here. Sees the smokes coming on through, and then HE and Westmelon, there's nothing really to part the smokes nearby.
Damage onto Westmelon. Nothing too substantial as yet. ATOX, I think they understand they're on the precipice of a mini comeback here within the half.
Yeah, they need it as well.
Really quiet here, though. Nothing. Ooh. Quite panning out. Westmelon's crept under the view model and manages to find that kill before being traded. A Fufu, his knee was in the way. So, you know, a bit of weirdness happening here. That's a Counter-Strike 2 moment as well, of course.
Yeah.
Because you can see your legs in this game, so I'll tell you that. Either way, it looks good for ATOX.
That's flying. I don't think even with the angle to peek onto Heaven there, doesn't want to risk it and just going to save this weapon again. Zaka not being able to find the openings that we were expecting, perhaps. Amelia going down outside has been sort of a recurring theme here as well. Is being left to deal with outsides, and the moment the wall of smokes come down is relying on Westmelon's HE. The HE always comes, unfortunately, not at a time where they get any information or any kills off the back of it, and so maybe a little bit of a false assumption as to where they are. Flying there, helping cover Zaka's slow exit towards spawn. Throwing some utility at the wall just to try put that buffer between them, knowing that there's definitely a little bit of money if they want to go hunting. And the bomb takes out 2. That's a little bit unfortunate for ATOX, but not the end of the world, to say the least.
Okay, let's see. Lynn Vision. 7 is a good marker, obviously, with how quickly it came. They and kind of the rest of us would expect them to go a bit deeper than that. ATOX on this comeback train at the moment, and 5 is also a really good scoreline out from your T side. So 1 or 2 more for Lynn Vision would put them in a really, really comfortable spot, and a great start. Mick had the play, had the moves, trying to go early, trying to get down the vent, but he was blinded up, didn't know what day of the week it was.
Yeah, unfortunate missed one, because Mick last round, a turret. Amelia now this time playing from Garage instead. Nuke on the AWP, spotting out, knowing that Amelia's always kind of been playing from slightly to the right here. Zaka kind of there as cover. Attention distracted, however, and Yami takes down Amelia. That's the first domino to topple in the previous rounds. And now Westmelon has to take up that space.
Oh. Zaka, got to be careful. Gap is closing here. He doesn't really recognize that Flynn is close, but Flynn doesn't go aggressive for the kill. He's actually going to take the positional advantage here. Looking to go on high through Heaven. Should be able to do something with this position. It's also, you know, good information. Rest of the team feels safe outside. And Zaka's going to miss the boat again. Oh my goodness, all this timing is crazy. He's just missed a peek as well. He knows something might be up. A half-assed look up top will cost him his life. Advantage swings in favor of ATOX. Lynn Vision will have good info that Heaven is compromised. However, Yami gets caught. This is all over the place right now. Bomb being planted. Westmelon goes down. Afufu, another man in towards lobby, but is he going to check the rafters? He will now that the steps come in. Goodness me. This is just all over the place. I can imagine the comms are so messy right now. Cabal off angle, wins his fight, and Nuke got his man covered. It's a laboured spray down. It's actually Cabal to find the kill, but it's enough to make it happen. ATOX moving up to 4.
Yeah, 7-5 as a half is definitely on the horizon here, and if you'd asked me a couple of rounds ago, I would have said absolutely not on the cards, but looking a lot better from them. She said the comms, they've got to be a little bit manic. It's all of these timings, people slipping. It's the fact that 2 get up Heaven, and Zaka hasn't spotted that, can't comment over. So there's a player over on the rafters, which can catch anybody coming out, you know, through main, through Squeaky. But they clear rafters a second time. It's all over the show. It's scrappy, it's messy, and Zaka now heading outside, switching it up a little bit. Gonna look for that initial peek. Flashed off the angle, hesitant.
Oh. Amelia in the war zone. Somehow stays alive and gets a kill. But the same cannot be said for his teammates, unfortunately. And he will eventually get overwhelmed. Flying all alone is also bested from the side. ATOX picking up the pace in that round, but the aggression kind of came to them. 7 in a row, then 5 in a row. So, again, the game continues to be incredibly unpredictable. ATOX might just have given themselves enough of a buffer, though, going into this second half. We'll see you in a few. So here we go. The Counter-Strike never stops. And in this series, let me tell you, it's been going on for a long while. The fatigue starting to set in. And you can see it, right? ATOX takes them ages to get going. And then they win 5 in a row, you know. So it's really quite unpredictable out here, I think, is the word of the day. Ready for the ramp play. Nick will lose his head. The flash too late. Not much Cabal can really do here. Takes one, but they are after him. They know he's goosed. Relentless aggression coming in. Nuke gonna have to take over. Can't do it. Runs out of ammo. It is that advantage now for the T side. Straight up heaven. Not expected. Flynn at range on the Jewel. He's never going to make it work. It's all on to Yami.
Might be awarded the first here. That's the tag, and they're all just going to dogpile now. Ooh, actually, Amelia going to feed into this. Fights. Now going to be difficult. Don't isolate this. Don't let him take them one by one. There we go. Oof. But another pistol round to Lynn Vision. They've been pretty solid on them. Now going into what is going to be a force buy for ATOX. I like this. I like that we're seeing more CT force buys now. It's going to be the MP9, so I'm assuming we're going to see something a little bit fast, a little bit aggressive and funky here. They are going to be met with the full force and might of Lynn Vision's buy here, however. Full utility, fairly decent weapons.
Starts slow, though. Lynn Vision, I was maybe expecting a burst from them to really just lay it down, but again, as we saw in the early stages of that first half, wanting to bring some respect to the game.
Managed to get a play down secret. Completely unnoticed. Not a sound being made there. Might be a relevant piece later on in the puzzle, but the rest of the team, they are just waiting in lobby, so Amelia not going to be able to find much just yet. Pushing slowly towards Beta to take a bit of space, find out some info. Has to be careful not to give away the opening fight here, though. Very passive round.
Yeah. I think they're ready for something like the ATOX are maybe cooking up. And obviously there's not really much coming. The only cook in this round, it feels like, is the 5 MP9s. And Cabal does make them sing for a sec, but is there anything else to come? Nuke in the smoke, out of the smoke. Surely going to get caught here. Does indeed. Ooh, into the 1v1, though. And maybe a chance to upgrade the weaponry if Mick plays it right. Down to the USP, though. Just trying to take the fight. Now the Galila's out. And this looks good. Wins the peak. Takes the kill. And a big round for ATOX to steal.
Yeah, winning that conversion round is the most damning round to lose there. Because your money, you start off strong, you're looking good, and then suddenly, bam, hit in the face with having to eco again. And ATOX, lovely done there. A little bit messy, but again, what more can you expect? I like that they put it down to the wire there. I was expecting something flashy. I think Lynn Vision maybe were as well expecting that weaker buy to be in their face. It wasn't. It's slow. It catches them off guard. ATOX mix straight over towards ramp. Rest of the players just going to slowly creep towards lobby. Mick, one, going to be tested here potentially. Have to wait out this smoke, however. There are flashes and molotovs available. Not going to want to expend it too soon, though.
Yeah, they have to maybe dig deep into the bank here if they are to take this round. Something that the Asian region actually internationally has done very, very well is the force buy game. So we'll see here. Mick playing safe, knows that something is coming his way, sticks around. 1 for 1, will it be enough? There is a player already down in on the site itself. Really, really deep into B. Not the usual kind of setup, but they are not committing just yet. See what these players up top can find.
No, I like the fact that they haven't really gone for anything. They've got a bit of presence everywhere, and it keeps ATOX on the top of their toes, because now they don't really know what's happening. They heard a lot down B, and now utility is going to be heard over towards A. Player spotted. That's the opening fight, and Amelia's going to take it.
Oh, Nuke, big position here. Does get 2. And a kill outside, of course, makes the difference. AK retrieved by flying. Bomb plant. Fat chance, you would say. 20 seconds, not enough time to go down. So, Yeah, got to make something happen on A, and surely no chance. They know it is likely to be a fake. Nade comes in, softens it up. Big peek here from Cabal, but again, just denying things away. Playing with the food, and they will find the round. ATOX do well to hold.
Yeah, it's been a lot of these rounds. Lynn Vision has been trying to leave it to the very last second. Actually, both teams have suffered from this on the series. Is that they're like, okay, we're going to play it patiently. We're going to go for a little bit of an opening. Then we're going to sit, wait, make them uncomfortable, make them move around, and then we'll do it in the last 30 seconds, you know. And then we saw over on the first half, we saw that desperate attempt to throw themselves over towards A to get that plant, and didn't quite get there in time. So the timer has been their worst enemy on quite a few of these rounds as well. But they've at least been trying to keep it close, keep it humble on the money. And these rounds going back and forth means that no one gets a chance to build it up.
Yami eventually gets the spam. Oh, nice shot from him outside as well. So ATOX picking up steam here. Could be very dangerous indeed. Zaka's going to get that bomb down though. So a really nice return for Lynn Vision. Surely nothing else to come of it. He's just trying to be a nuisance, really. If you can take one kill with him, you know, it would be huge. Yami is straight on that bomb. So, round will be won. Nothing coming for him. Evening things up now, ATOX, but we'll see. This is where Lynn Vision, proper guns for the first time in the half, should be able to start moving.
Back and forth it's been. So yeah, maybe ATOX, if they can win this one, it sort of cements them. They give themselves a little bit of that momentum, which has been a very heavy driving force for both of these teams. We saw first half 7 in a row for Lynn Vision, and then 5 in a row for ATOX. So now it's going to be a case of, can these teams keep going back and forth and make this competitive and not leave themselves in these dire situations, relying on the comebacks in the long run. And actually heavy utility there has got Flynn a little bit on guard. Amelia's just gonna hurl themselves down into secrets and buy themselves a little bit of pressure elsewhere. Takes down Cabal in the mix of all of it, and suddenly Mix had to draw back and worry about secrets.
Nice spot for him to be in, but gonna be starved of information, so they could really go anywhere. Molotov comes in, starts to feed this idea of a B hit. ATOX not really moving too much manpower downstairs, though. Oh, bested. That's a big kill. I think, honestly, that might just be the round with how far away these CTs are.
Yeah, rough one to get back into as well, especially with flying, clearing back through lobby, potentially going to keep these players trapped on A as well. So even if they do want to go for a little bit of a pick or even just try save these weapons, he's posted up Thorn in their backsides to just hammer home this round. And there comes plenty of time. Plenty of players for a post plant.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that ATOX will really contest this massively. They know that they are likely to get cut off. They do find flying, which will confirm a safe save, as it were. But they have to give it across, and this is what I was slightly worried about for them, in the fact that Lynn Vision get those guns out and suddenly will refine their confidence, refine their ability. ATOX, I'd probably take a time out here, to be honest, and figure this out before it gets unrecoverable.
Yeah, it would be nice, because they should have the money to do something about the next round, and that will be one that they really want to get, to stop Lynn Vision getting that double digits, to stop them breaking too far ahead of this sort of back and forth cat and mouse that we've been seeing. Are we going to see the timeout? Guy's already coming on through. Got the AWP out on Nuke. Doesn't seem particularly like they want to halt themselves down. They just want to keep going. Choice move.
They just want the rounds. They just want the rounds, really, and again, get this over the line. I think Lynn Vision... It's kind of what happens sometimes, man. Like, you know, sure, ATOX can contest, but Lynn Vision just have so much of this experience to pull on. We've seen at moments, and they just have to tighten up, you know, and get the energy right from the get-go, and sometimes I think just get a little overconfident is the kind of nice way of putting it, really, and then ATOX are able to get in, you know, they can certainly shoot back.
I've got double posted up on ramp. I say that actually, Mick's going to move elsewhere and just leave Nuke to deal with all of this. And when that smoke fades, might be a little bit of a nasty surprise on the other side. Here it comes, Molotov, flashbangs.
Okay. Fallen south. Amelia will trade one back downstairs, but Flynn able to keep on him. 4 versus 2, bit of a conceded bomb site here. So just got to be careful. Down to Zaka all alone. And so the bomb not really going to go down. Just baiting him in. They do so successfully. So ATOX right back in it. This is looking good then. Competition towards the tail end of Nuke.
Yeah, we talked a lot about how Zaka, especially on Vertigo, where they lost, was a driving force that was doing their best, but couldn't be the one having to do it all. We're now being seen, Zaka left in these 1vx situations with the bomb, and yeah, quite often has managed to get a plant out of it, so a bit of money there. It's also the fact that he's been left alive and not really being able to get involved in as many fights as you'd want to see. Because when he gets into these fights, he's walking away, he's finding these really nice picks, and swinging the advantage in their favor. Now, timeout actually being called from Lynn Vision here. We thought we were going to see ATOX take one last time. They didn't, and worked quite well for them. Just keep on going. Lynn Vision, they're wanting to break this up a little bit and have a discussion, because neither of these teams has really been able to cement themselves consecutive rounds here. And so money has been, I mean, relatively stable, all things considered, for both teams, albeit back and forth. But Fufu on that Tech 9 flying as well, left a bit weaker here. Maybe something fast, because that's what's been catching them off guard.
Yeah, potentially true. I think certainly a mix-up would be good. I'm going for something outside here, actually. I feel the first time that we've seen Lynn Vision fully commit to the execute. And just looking to get the entire team downstairs. You can see ATOX. Couple members actually ready for this, so not going to be easy to get into B.
No, they've got flying, heading elsewhere as well to be that little bit of a pressure in the wind of the map. And now, Mick, difficult angle to fight here. You don't really want to be playing this slow down. It makes the shots very hard to hit. Peeks on up, somehow still alive. They are going to try run him down, but he is going to escape. Mick closes the door just in the nick of time to save his life.
Melon, big find from him. That first one, Mick is now pulled pillar to post. Can't really get anything done. Big kills being found here. It's a very, very messy one as they try and work their way back down on the ATOX side. Lynn Vision should be able to secure it from here. Maybe Yami finds his kill upstairs, but he actually won't. Flying takes him on the Tech 9. That will be that. Nuke with the save.
Yeah, rough round there. And Nuke holding on to that AWP for dear life. Shouldn't really have too many issues with it as well. And Lynn Vision, the outside execute, you said, we haven't really seen it too much. The wall of smokes comes through. There is an HE to part it, but of course it comes in a little bit too soon. Lynn Vision, so they've waited it out. They've waited to pass safely, and the A1S isn't able to really find too much through the smoke there. And suddenly they jump the sights. Everyone's too far away to really get back into this. They have a little bit of a look, but of course, Lynn Vision playing in a pack. The numbers just works in their favor. And there goes the bomb. 10th round, double digits finally found by somebody. And this map, we suspected it might go the distance, given the series and history between these two teams on this map. And yeah, we've got to be a little bit careful, because Europe's meant to be starting in about 10 minutes as well.
Yeah. Very true. I think, I'm not sure if they're going to have to whack out one of the older streams, probably by this point. And we're obviously sat in the channel, so, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not quite sure if it's going to push the other game back or, you know, jump in the other game halfway through. But unfortunately, we have hit the most cursed game of the season. Pushed back by an hour. Should still be fine. Don't worry about it, guys. And then some insane tech delays and some really long maps. So it does happen once in a while. If you're here for EU, this is not EU. This is Asia Pacific, but enjoy the Counter-Strike all the same. And you'll probably get non-stop CS. If everything goes perfectly It'll be from one game flowing right into the other, one would assume.
Effortless transition, yeah. Would be nice. Would also be nice as ATOX keeping themselves in this game. Lynn Vision, if they can find this round, suddenly it's looking very good. Their money for ATOX is going to be broken. And they put themselves ever closer. So this round, high stakes here. And Cabal, unfortunately, I mean, a difficult spot. Don't know if they spotted him, but surely they're going to clear him. Jumps on out, and it's a bloodbath. 1 for 2.
Oh, a little awkward. Flynn will manage the 1-for-1. Lynn Vision. It's not fully set up, but they are in prime position to find this 11th round, and flying up top secures it. They might even go to join him with the bomb, to be fair. Nuke really doesn't know where to look, and indeed they will fly up to get that plant. Nuke going to have to save once again here. Been a rough map for him, and not really been able to activate this AWP on the CT side.
Left to save. It's wave Counter-Strike, isn't it? You're on the AWP, they don't come your way, and then suddenly you've got to sit there, wait for the whole bomb countdown to go down. Lynn Vision, they're not particularly want to go hunting for this. They know that it's a 1v3. They've likely got this in the bag. Money is in a place that they should still be set, but they have to still be wary. The past maps have taught them that. So just sit on their hands. If they walk into somebody, they can deal with it, but just let Nuke have the AWP. It's not like it's been bothering you too much anyway. Ooh. Just on the exit. We had a lot of bomb kills this game. The radius, it still throws me off sometimes. Like, we've had this game for a year and I'm still like, some maps, it's wild.
Yeah, I don't know, dog. I don't know. It's been just one of those games, I think, fatiguing for everybody, really.
And as you say that, the most harrowing words appear on the screen. Match
Indeed.
paused.
Yeah.
The ender of mental, the crusher of momentum. But
yeah, I mean, we've done okay recently. It is obviously just the...
it's just us.
Yeah. Just also, I think, the way that it's kind of panned out. The games have not been too bad.
So Valve's revenge for you constantly asking when they're going to remove Vertigo. They're having their comic retribution with us.
Yep. Yeah. It happens, but, you know.
Back into it.
Once in a blue moon.
Yeah. Back into the game. Not too short of a pause there. Ooh, nice little early nade there onto Nuke, who... Rough game. It's continued to be so. Amelia pushing on up. I'm going to look through the smoke. Trying to find something. It's Cabal on the other side. They've been a little bit more present outside in the past few rounds.
Westmelon. Oh, got to be a little bit careful here with the fire. It will be Amelia to find the opener, though. Really big deal here for Lynn Vision. In what could be the be-all and end-all round, to be honest.
Yeah.
So ATOX, they've got to get a return. They've got to win this round. Or now, in this position, I think they have to maybe think about saving. But Flynn's got other ideas. Nuke will also get in there with the AWP. Zaka threads the needle for 2. Try and get down the vent here into the 1 versus 1. And Yami will take it. Oh, my goodness. It just explodes out of nowhere. Lynn Vision's keen start falls through their fingers.
Zaka's had so many of these moments, these multi-kills to swing the round, but the fact that Yami gets both there, being anywhere else on the map, suddenly that round is so much more harrowing. But he's not. He's there, he's waiting. The damage done onto Zaka is huge as well, because it allows for Yami to get that first kill easily, move on forward, suspecting that they're not alone. Tactical timeout being called, because that one looked like a surefire win for them. That would have been series points. And I'm praying that they're not toying with my heart with the XM again. Because so many times they've bought up these shotguns that we've not actually seen them being used. But CT side, you know, you can post up, you boost over towards ramp potentially. You sit in mini. There's a lot of places you can play it. It's a strong choice to bring it out in a round like this. Because it's an expensive piece of machinery. And you're at a very linchpin round here.
Yeah, this is a bit wacky. There was a time where the XM was out almost every single round on this map, for sure. We're getting boosted up, nearly getting caught. Thankfully, the trade is there. Lynn Vision, angry, frustrated, try and just force the issue in this round. Westmelon will confirm the kill. Mick needs dealing with as well, but it's a scary prospect. Oh, Westmelon just missed the play. I might have seen him on the minimap. Where has he gone is the question, of course. Westmelon does get incredibly lucky in the end to bring it down to the 2 versus 2. A bomb site is now open. And the bomb has yet to be planted, but a really, really good spot for Lynn Vision to be in.
Everyone just dodging the HE's Yami here. If he can miss the time to get this first pick, that's huge. He's behind you.
Oh, Mick. Got this kit available to go. Holding the bomb, and I think maybe Westmelon thought the Molotov was on it. Maybe he didn't even hear him get on it, because just wasn't very active for that. And a bit of a weird way for it to finish.
Pros don't fake.
It's true, but like I say, I think he thought the molly was covering the bomb, unfortunately.
Yeah. That's a rough one as well. When you think you've got it, you've got time to rotate. And it would have been absolutely the right idea if the Molotov had been on the bomb. Would have had loads of time to reposition, go for that fight from a little bit of a different angle, get the jump on them. But it isn't, just holds the stick. And I think had a little bit of an idea that that was the play. Final timeout being called here is 11-11. Do we actually see overtime? Because we've had two 13-11s. Do we break the stalemate? Or do we go to overtime? Oh, I don't know. Anyone's game here.
Yeah.
You saying overtime?
I don't know,
man.
Am I saying overtime? I'm going, yeah, I think we've been teased on the first 2 maps. You know, again, everything in my body just wanted to say no and, like, manifest a bit of a finish to this one. I'm not going to lie, I've been here for a long time.
Yeah.
But I actually do think that we might get it, to be honest with you, just because, yeah, we've been teased and teased. And also, for the context of the series, it does feel like it's kind of deserving of an overtime.
Thematic ending, for sure. Now, up top here, they've not got the best weaponry. Slowly creeping on round. There's nobody really contesting outside too heavily here. Playing further back in main, not willing to risk their lives. That smoke, that's going to cause some issues, because suddenly outside, yeah, you can part it, but everyone's already down. Ooh, they does find one, though.
Oh, Cabal looking good on the MP9. Sets up Mick. Where has that just come from? Lynn Vision. Maybe once again at the very final hurdle have let things slip away from them. Just like Vertigo, this is getting so out of hand. These games have been so messy. I have to be honest, man. Like, really cannot speak to, you know, super clean Counter-Strike or anything like that. Just some of these rounds, some of these angles that don't get checked, you know, it is ultimately lazy. And they should know a little better, but it seems like it's just the energy of this series and it's not dissipated. It's not gone away. It's not been realized by anyone quite yet.
No, and Lynn Vision, this is an awful buy to try defend this series. And, of course, the upper bracket run in their first game of the playoffs would be a rough one to lose. ATOX Cabal sending themselves down, knowing that outside has been a little bit of a rough spot. Secret has been where they've been hitting. So they're reinforcing, having a look. Not willing to give away anything too early, though, and the Vision so patient, trying to spread out here, not even trying to play the numbers game and overwhelm.
Yeah, tension for sure in this round, man. They are against the current. Not a good place to be in at all.
No, and fortunately for Lynn Vision, nobody's really budging and giving them an opening. Yami spots one. Luckily, Westmelon is going to be spotted. He knows that both are there, no, because utilities come from both sides. Now has to take the fight. They line up, and he's going to get both.
Big frags. They can't really do too much as well. Getting into the site proves to be difficult, and they're so very ready for the main brunt of the attack on A. I think this may well be Curtains. 25 seconds left to go. You can see ATOX chomping at the bit for these fights. They've broken their bank at the best possible time here for the CT side. Amelia trying to sneak in. Does catch a couple. Oh my, keeps them going down to the 1v1, but cannot convert. Too many targets to get through. Amelia nearly does it, unfortunately not at the end, and ATOX, they will take the series. A really, really long and tough fight for them, of course, for both teams in fairness, and credit to them for keeping it up for so long, but they move forwards, man. They're going to those LAN finals now.
Yeah, wild stuff going out there.